Hello, welcome to episode 44 of Cyberpunk. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. Hope this week is starting off very well for you. Let's dive into the housekeeping. As usual, I'm going to focus in on a couple of themes that were raised in feedback in the last episode and before that slightly, and also save a whole bunch of other comments that people made for bringing up during the course of today's gameplay. So, last episode, I worked through 3 Cyber Psycho gigs for Regina, my good friend, alongside a couple of Fixer gigs too. I stressed while I was doing so the lore-enhancing addition that they make to the texture of Night City, how it fits beautifully with the writing of the main characters' storylines. They really do contribute so much, these side jobs, and they are definitely to me not filler. The writing is superb, it's often also quietly tragic, and it slots into the main narrative in a way that makes the city feel less like the backdrop for everything that's going on and more like a major character with a will of its own. It is this living, grinding system that chews people up in very specific ways and then leaves evidence of its crimes for you to stumble upon and be disgusted by. Talking of tragedies and avoiding them, I also saved all 3 Cyber Psychos this time, and one of them even turned out to be an Aldecaldo. Huzzah! Just like my output stroke girlfriend stroke boo Panam. She will love that I did this when I tell her. She hasn't texted me actually for about 5 minutes now, so I don't think I'm going to have to wait too long to be able to inform her of this. A lot of you in the comments enjoy and rate the Cyber Psycho gigs. I think it's because each one is bundled up into this little cautionary tale. It summarises, it demonstrates the dehumanising effect of Night City on the individual from the population taken to an extreme. What continues to strike me about them actually is how they rarely focus in on the madness in the simplistic sense. They're more about buckling under the overload. Physical, emotional, financial. They vary between the self-inflicted, the foolish, the targeted, sometimes people who are at the end of someone else's vindictive tendencies. They're also about the way that Night City applies pressure without ever offering relief. This is actually what makes, to me, Regina's insistence on bringing them in alive feel increasingly crucial. It's almost ideological with her, and with me actually now, in a city that usually defaults to lethal solutions to problems like that. Regina is also forcing me to think more carefully about my own approach to these situations. Non-lethal tactics, positioning, patience. I played with some new quick hacks last episode, and played with is very much the correct term. I know I've got much to learn about how to use particular quick hacks against specific targets based upon recognising their strengths, their weaknesses, looking at their loadouts. I'm still at the early stages of understanding when and where each quick hack is most effective against these foes. Matching hacks to enemy characteristics is a skill I'll need to get better at if I want to keep resolving these situations without unnecessary bloodshed. I also did a gig for Wakako last episode, which was useful for reasons beyond the immediate rewards, because it seems that she's of the opinion now that I'm capable of handling higher paying, higher risk work in future. It's not the first time recently that V's reputation has taken a boost of this sort, and that is encouraging, although, as you know, I've always had and still have reservations about Wakako that won't go away. Her mannerisms, her demeanour, the way she speaks, her choice of phrases, they just set alarm bells ringing in my head, and I can't really put a finger on what it is. She just strikes me as someone who never does anything without a longer game plan in mind. I don't doubt her professionalism. I do wonder whether her loyalty fits into her calculations, if it does at all. But Night City, as we know, doesn't reward hesitation. If working for her in future opens up more of the city's stories to me, then it's probably a risk worth managing rather than avoiding. I just need to feel she isn't going to hang me out to dry if it suits her purpose at any time. Now, one more thing I wanted to mention in this part of the housekeeping that won't wait And that is, when will Phantom Liberty start? A number of people in the comments each time now are asking this question. The answer is very soon. I intend leaving some of the main storyline quests already known about, plus I'm confident there'll be ones that I haven't encountered as yet, and I'm going to leave those to do during Phantom Liberty, but also after Phantom Liberty. I want there to be some of the main game left for me to return to when I come back. I will be mixing things up, therefore, as usual. I'm as keen as anyone to start Phantom Liberty, but at the moment, and certainly in this episode we're about to do, I'm making sure that V is prepared and capable of surviving the challenge. And that was today's housekeeping. Right, to episode 45. Now, I know we're on episode 44, but I want to mention a couple of things first coming up in the next episode. One is the Ripperdoc visit. I've got all my ideas worked out now. I've looked at the character sheet, worked out what I want to put in, anew, get rid of, upgrade by sending it to the next tier, just general changes. That's all pretty much in place in my mind. Thank you for the comments, ideas and suggestions you've made on that theme, by the way. It is appreciated. But the second thing is, and I've literally got my fingers crossed here, as you can see, I'm hoping to include in next episode a secret additional activity that I'm working on in the background right now. So hopefully that will be ready in time. Today, though, in episode 44, we're going to start off in a very few moments by spending, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, every attribute and skill point which I've so carefully looked after and cherished and squirreled away over the winter weeks and months. They're all going to be gone because I've been into the skilled trees and looked at the build, and I'm going to spend a lot. There will be nothing left. I'm going to be flat broke. And that is scary for me, because when you don't know what's coming next, you need little comfort blankets, you need little reassurances. And for me and V, seeing those numbers on screen has been reassuring. It's been something to look at and say, even when things are going bad and, you know, the game is being bleak and things are against us and it feels like we're never going to survive it, we can look at those numbers and say, oh well, we've still got that to fall back on if we need it. No, that's going to be completely out of the question now. So I am trepidatious. I've got this kind of idea in my head for what I'd like to do in the next few episodes, sketched out. But obviously, as I say, when you don't know what's coming, it's hard to be precise. And it is scary to think we're going to go into that with no points to fall back on. So, two things will form part of today's episode, and they're complementary. One is I'm going to be revisiting two main characters today. It's been a while. Episodes, as I've explained this before, so I'm not going to go deeply into it, are different flavours. Some are episodes that are entirely about a particular character and follow their quest. Others don't go anywhere near any of the main characters and we go off and do completely different stuff. And in the middle there is this mixture. Today's going to be a mixture because we're returning to two main characters, but I also want to do an urgent restock of the soon-to-be empty treasure chest with at least some fresh lore and eddies and attribute and skill points so that I can rebuild a bit of confidence. My comfort blanket can start being reassembled, ready for what's coming next. So, today I'm keeping the rest of the main characters' quest lines circling the outer marker in true Die Hard 2 fashion, and meanwhile I've been into the journal, I've thought about these two characters who we're going to weave into today's episode, I've looked on the map, and I've put together a feel-good outing for V, which I hope is going to recharge his batteries for what's looming on the horizon. I've planned a quest near the start of the episode with a beloved character we've already met. There will be the occasional gig. There is going to be a small outbreak of NCPD nastiness for us to deal with because Merkman. And if all of that works out, at the end of this episode, I'm hoping to reward V by reuniting him with a very special person. So I haven't made a secret of one part of today's episode, as you can see from the thumbnail. Although I'm going to warm up a little bit before we take that on, now is the time for a recap of where we got to with Delamain. Way back in the mists of time in episode 30, believe it or not, all the errant Delamain cabs had been returned safely to his control. I say safely because in meeting each of them I realised that the rogue AIs that had taken over those cabs were disturbingly self-aware. They seemed to exhibit neuroses that I feared might survive, in part at least, the resumption of Delamain's supervision. The experience also raised questions for me about how this had happened in the first place. Why had these cabs broken away from Delamain's control? Was this desire to be self-deterministic, apparently, a natural evolution that had taken Delamain by surprise? If these were indeed rogue AIs, were they fragmentary parts of a single entity? And was that entity Delamain himself? And if the problem had an external cause instead, what might it be? If this was an attack on Delamain, who might be motivated to stage it? Is it a disruptive effort by the Voodoo Boys, who we know oppose Night City and everything it stands for? Or could this be a reaction from the human workforce who'd been so ruthlessly culled and displaced when Delamain and the automation program he prompted took effect? Or is the origin of this something from beyond the Black Wall in the realm of AI and alt? I was also left wondering at the end of that last episode, episode 30, regardless of the cause, whether these separately isolated parts of personality, the psychopathy, the self-loathing, the self-doubt and delusion, the other irrational psychoses, whether we could see them assimilated back into Delamain without it having any effect on him whatsoever. And then, of course, Delamain said he was going to investigate, continue to look into the cause of this, and we got that desperate and disjointed message from him, subsequently indicating there was trouble at Delamain HQ and prompting V to put down whatever it was he was working on at the moment and get himself there to investigate and hopefully come to Delamain's aid, save him from his distress. So, okay, that's what's going to come up. We're going to warm up for all of that lot to start with a little other activity. So grab your survival backpack and let's go. One of the things I'm going to do in every episode from now on is to play the little "Can you guess where we are" quiz at the start of the episode. I was going to do this today, but I can't for one very good reason. This is the place where I played the original version of that game. We're back at one of my favourite locations in the entire game. And I don't know why, but it's the Sunset Motel. It could be the breakfasts. I've spoken about the breakfasts before. The sausages today were superb. They did them just how I like them. I like sausages that are done to the degree that most people would send them back, saying they were overdone. I don't like it when sausages are pink and look like little fat fingers on a plate. No, can't eat those. But yeah, the Sunset Motel is one of my favourite locations. It's just restful. It's laid back. It's not in any tourist book. It's not a destination, but it does have a very accessible drop point where I've been and I've sold off all my weapons, dismantled others, got rid of my junk and everything else. Ready for us to start our explorations. If all goes well, we're going to end up in the city, but we're starting out of the city. Right, a few things I need to show you before we get going. One is the inventory. The reason I want to show you this is because it's a rather unusual loadout to start with. I've got my Plan B in slot A. That's not unusual. Plan B lives in slot A. It's almost like it's been glued into slot A, in fact. But I am not carrying an ordinary rifle in slot 2 for a change. I've got instead Johnny's ex-gun, the Malorian Arms 3516. It occurred to me that I'd been swapping the Plan B in and putting the Malorian Arms in and then swapping the Malorian Arms out and putting the Plan B in, and what I could just do is have both of them available and carry 2 pistols. So that's what I'm doing. Now the third slot is a sniper rifle still. It's gone back to being a sniper rifle, but not the Overwatch that Panam gave me. Instead, I'm sticking at the start of this episode with the Necomata Tier 5 Plus tech sniper rifle. It has a slight disadvantage in that it takes 1.25 seconds to charge up because it's a tech weapon. It has to be powered up, but it has some good advantages too. Obviously it's a tech weapon, so it has that going for it in terms of armour penetration plus 50%, and also right down at the bottom plus 12% damage against the enemies who have the little skulls over them, the ones that make us want to go to the toilet. So that's worth having. That's the loadout to start with. Also, whilst I was there, could I just mention, someone said you do realise you've still got the tattoo there in your cyberware slot rather than what used to be in that cyberware slot, and I said yes, that's okay, I'm not worried about it particularly, that's okay, that can stay there. Now here's the issue with the points. I've got 5 attribute points, 11 skill points to spend, and I'm going to need to refer to my iPad here because I went into the menu and worked out where I was going to spend them, and if I don't do this I'll get it wrong. So the 5 attribute points is the easy bit, because that was the whole objective last episode, to get that 5th point, which meant that I could increase my intelligence all the way up to 20. So they're my 3 biggies: intelligence and tech both on 20, cool on 15, poor old reflexes and body a little bit neglected at the moment. That's going to have to change somewhat before I get too far into the future, because that could be seen as a weakness. 11 perk points. I've never had so many to spend. Here is how they are going to get spent. I'm staying in intelligence for the first one, and I'm going here. Now you're probably thinking, what? You're about to spend it on something that only affects smart weapons and you don't really use smart weapons? But again, I'm kind of future-proofing myself. The fact I'm not using smart weapons at the moment doesn't mean I won't ever use smart weapons. And I like the idea of getting that larger targeting reticle for the weapon, 10% larger. And I also like the idea of the fact that reloading them no longer interrupts target lock. So that's where those 2 points have gone. That leaves me 9 left to spend. And the possibly somewhat unusual location in which I'm going to spend them is in cool. And how they're going to be spent is this. One thing I have discovered recently is I like throwing things, particularly various knives that I've got in my inventory in my loadout now available to be using. But having said that, I've not really improved the build part of things that relate to that. So that's why I'm going to purchase Scorpion Sting, which gives me a reduction in recovery time for throwable weapons, and level 2 crit hits, if I can say it, headshots and hits to weak spots with throwable weapons, apply poison for 5 seconds. Now also I'm going to get the satellite things around it, Parasite, which is plus 15 health on crit hits and headshots with throwable weapons, and Neurotoxin, which applies poison to an enemy via Scorpion Sting, also applies blinding and disables sprinting for 6 seconds, and Corrosion, which allows me to apply poison to mechs, robots, drones and turrets, and Accelerated Toxin Absorption. Strong attacks and thrown weapons used against poisoned enemies instantly deal substantial poison damage, then remove all poison effects. So that's that. That leaves me with, if you look at it, left to spend 3 perk points. They are going to go into the one above it, Juggler. So 1, 2, 3. Let's just see what we've enabled. Level 1, a reduction in recovery time again. Level 2, plus 20% headshot and weak spot damage with throwable weapons. Level 3, instant cooldown reset for all throwable weapons after neutralising an enemy with a throwable weapon via headshot, crit hit or poison. So that is all of my points spent. V is now penniless. Right, that is all done. Now normally, by the way, when I'm standing here, there's a guy who's to my right, next to that coil of cables there which are on the floor, and he's some sort of power worker. He's got a uniform on, an overall, and he's holding a tablet or pad and he's tapping at it furiously and looking quite pensive and frustrated. And the thing is, I've been past this location many times during the course of the game, and generally this guy is always here. It's the same guy. He's been working on this for months and he's not here today, which is very strange. And I've got this idea in my head now that something's happened to him. Either he's decided he's leaving and he's gone, he's handed his notice in because the job's not for him, let's face it, or he's suffering from some malaise which is keeping him off work today, because otherwise he would be here. No one has stepped in to take his place. Or, more likely, the company has worked out at last that this guy is a liability. He's been on this one job since I started the game, I think. Since the very first time I came out here, he's been working on this thing, and they finally dismissed him. He's been made surplus to requirements. He's gone. But anyway, he's not there today. And I did sort of cast a look around to see if I could spot him, and I don't think I can. It's not like he's gone for a toilet break or anything like that. He's just not here. So, I don't know. It doesn't look fixed to me. Right, let's get started. Now, I have to explain a couple of things. One is the appearance of the Ragnar is a complete accident. When I was travelling from where I was down to here, relocating after the end of last episode. I meant to come down here in a different vehicle, but my finger slipped and I picked the Ragnar. So I thought, you know what, I'll keep it. And I drove it up and down a bit, and it reminded me of how slow and ponderous it is. Now, the thing about the Ragnar is, it's an impressive vehicle. It's meaty, it's chunky. You see people like Netwatch using these. Also, I think higher echelons of NCPD I've occasionally encountered with these. I think, I could be mistaken, it could have been somebody else. But either way, they are imposing vehicles. They command respect. Most vehicles, not looking at that one, but most vehicles that go past are fairly ordinary by comparison. Let's have a look at these two to begin with. We've got a Nomad vehicle and some sort of estatey thing going by, but they're not Ragnars, are they? So I did drive it up and down a little bit, as you do when you've got a straight line road, which you have here in the Badlands, or the entrance to the Badlands, and it just brought home to me how slow this vehicle is, which I quite like. But it isn't the vehicle I wanted to start today's episode with, so I'm going to leave it there, pop out here and call the Hoon, which is probably going to appear from behind me because I'm facing this way. Here it comes. There it is. Stop. Don't go whizzing past without me. And here is my vehicle. I say my vehicle. There are things I notice about this vehicle, and I've looked at it a little bit. One is, and I'm not a connoisseur of cars, I can't appreciate cars. When my wife and I had to change our car before Christmas, I mentioned this last episode, we took a very deep breath. It's not something we look forward to doing too. I suppose you should. Maybe people do look forward to changing their car, but we don't. It's always a necessity rather than a choice. This particular occasion we had a bit of warning about doing it. We knew it had to be done. So we started looking 3 months before, and we spent 3 months trying to narrow down the car that we wanted to buy. And subsequently the car we ended up buying at the end of the 3 months was the very same make and model of car that we first looked at the beginning of the 3 months, and everything in between really was a waste of time, but it just helped confirm our suspicions that the one we saw and liked first, the type of car, the vehicle, was the one we wanted to buy. Then followed a period of several weeks where we actually went around various garages test driving makes models of this particular car with different trim, till we found the one that we actually liked, which we then subsequently bought. And then there was just a huge sigh of relief and a thought, thank goodness we haven't got to do this for a little while, because that's my approach to cars. They're for getting you from A to B. They're a necessity where I live rather than a luxury, really. So yeah, the thing is, having said that, I can appreciate this is a special vehicle. It looks purposeful. The back end of it looks like what I think a car built for speed should look like. It's got that sort of aerofoil type look to it. Also, it's got these flashing neons. I don't know what they're for. I mean, these red ones and blue ones on the back, what is the significance of them? I have no idea, but I'm glad they're there. Also, there's another one lower down I've just noticed, which I'm pointing to with my finger, sort of halfway between them and lower down. Yeah, but also there are some incongruities I noticed about this vehicle. For instance, this panel here, which says clearly on it, do not open. Now, to my way of thinking, one sure way of attracting people's attention to something which they didn't even realise could be opened in the first place, because I didn't, would be to write on it, do not open. That just makes me want to open it, which is foolish beyond measure. And I never will know why I can't open that, but I'm not going to open it. It reminds me the Apollo missions to the moon. You know, we're obviously in a period where we're talking about moon missions again now, but the original Apollo missions, in one of the modules, and it may have been the command module, I think, I certainly had a picture at one stage in my very early life, over half a century ago, where there were things that had got labelled on them, no step, meaning don't put your big foot on this because it's not for standing on. And this is in the weightlessness of space as well, at times, remember. But yeah, I always found that strange. Do not open. Also strange about this car is the way that the back wheels are completely, enclosed, as you'd expect them to be, but the front wheels are really exposed. You can see the, I think it's called a strut, that sort of upside down V-shaped thing with a hole in the middle at the top, and then you've got the shock absorber, the thing with the spring on it. And then look how big the tyres are on this thing. They're huge. I hate to think how much one of those would cost. But yeah, it's mine anyway now, apparently, so I'm going to make the most of it. It's got cameras on the side too, by the looks of it. There are many features of this car which you only realise upon closer inspection. It has access to a stash. It has a boot. Great car. Let me get in. That's what we're going to ride anyway for the first part of our journey today. Now, where are you going, I hear you cry? So on the map, I looked for an activity that was quite close to where we are, just to warm us up before we start. And what I've settled on is this gig down here. It's simply unidentified. It's undiscovered at the moment. We don't know what it is, what it's about. But if I was to give a name to this location, it's like a backward H, isn't it? If this was a ranch, that's what it would be called, the backward H. And the gig is right at the bottom of it, which I think is going to take us into an area of the landfill. So that's where we're headed to. And I'm off. Not too fast, please. I was just talking about speed, and in fact I'm not a huge fan of it. All speed does with me at the controls is get me into trouble faster. That's what I've learned from this game. Someone also was talking about speed, and I'll just mention this now in the comments. They played the game originally on PC, and at the time they played it, first time they played it, they didn't have an SSD. They had a hard drive, an ordinary mechanical hard drive, and because of the data pull rate from the hard drive, they said it introduced a physical speed limit within the game. If they tried to go too fast, areas of the graphics simply dropped away and weren't there anymore. It's not a sort of pop-in thing, it's literally just absence of graphics, which I thought was interesting. That's them recounting their experience. I can't verify it for myself because, you know, I don't play games on my PC, unfortunately. At the moment, it's not really capable. There's usually a guy down here who's mending his car, or have they got a different road? Maybe that's a different road. There are some guys down here. I'm not sure who they are. I'm not sure I should be intervening, but you know me. It's been a while since I've stopped for one of these to find out what's occurring. Oh no, that is interesting. They have also got an Emperor Ragnar. And you are, please, Militech. Okay, they've apprehended two bad people. They're not bad people. This is not a bad person. This is Angelina Norman. I'm fairly sure I went out with her sister at one stage. She's an Aldecaldo. And her good friend Lily Pearson. I'm absolutely positive I went out with her sister. Oh, they're Aldecaldos. What do I do? I can't leave them there. They can't have done anything wrong. I am convinced of their innocence. To the point that I don't know if this is wise. Some of you are watching this and saying, oh no, are you? Should I not be doing this? Well, if I just approach, put your weapon away. If I just approach, I'm just an innocent citizen here. I've just stopped to see what's going on. Are you bothered by me? Yes, you are bothered by me being here. Oh, they've got up.
March!
What? I think I may have just liberated them, or one of them, but not the other. Run away, girl. This is your big chance. Why is he pointing his gun at her feet? Oh no, she's had to assume the position again. Can I do that again? I'm going to have to be very careful. I don't really want to start anything here. But I do want her to get away. Oh, either of them could take exception to me at any second. I'm looking from left to right and they're filling the screen. Here we go. She's up. She's off. No, I've done it. Aha. A bloodless resolution to the problem. Let me get in my vehicle. I wish no further part of this. I could ask if she wants a lift. Where are you going? I know where I'm going. Okay, that was good. I've never done that before. And it worked. was it I'm going? Oh, yes, the backwards H, the ranch. Yes, I'm not going to steal anything from your precious tip. Actually, no, I might bring a big bag and take that transport that's on the top of the hill there, just to annoy you. Look at me burning rubber. Now, I do not want to drive all the way in here because we know that's not wise. Right, driving in, not a good idea. So I'm going to park up here. 100 metres is usually about where I like to stop. I'm going to get out. I'm going to walk in. There's people there. I can see them moving already. I don't think... No, they are at scannable range, are they? No, because they're behind a vehicle. Yes, that's in... It says NC resident. Oh, hello. Somebody in the middle of the road there. Let's tag you as well. I don't know. Undiscovered. Who knows what you might find? Dakota knows.
AV, I have some new work for you.
Okay.
A certain item needs to be salvaged from the landfill before some gonks chop it to pieces.
Those gonks, eh?
I've attached some more details for you.
I love deets, Dakota. Let me read them. Gig type thievery. Object retrieve data from broken training bot. Location Warbler Lake Hazardous Waste Facility, Anderson Street. Is that what this place is called? I never knew that. Details. There's this kid. Folks call him Joe, Red Joe. Now, this Joe kid has talent, knows his hooks and jabs. I swear he could knock a horse's teeth out. Point is, kid's got what it takes to go pro. Problem is, coaches aren't easy to come by in the Badlands. But lo and behold, word is a next-gen sparring bot's landed in a scrapyard there, still in working order. That's city folk for you. Second a piece of tech glitches, it gets tossed out in the trash, soft included. Anyway, back to the bot. Find it, download its software before they recycle it into metal straws or whatever it is NC people like. P.S. Oh, and one more thing. The guy that runs the landfill, watch out for him. Real piece of work. Okay. The guy that runs the landfill. There are now 3 people here. Who are you? I can perhaps get identities of you now. Yes, I can. Security guard, no affiliation. Security guard, no affiliation. And the other guy's gone and sat down behind. Are you just going to let me in here? He's got a weapon. More circles are appearing on my map. Alright. Go to the landfill. I'm at the landfill. I thought I just tagged you. Did I tag you and untag you? That was careless. 10 metres away is a destination. Is that a camera? Yes, it very is. Give it to me. Give me control of that camera. That's me. That's them. That... This might be my destination. There are 2 buildings. There are only 2 cameras. There may be more than 2 buildings. There's an awful lot of junk. This looks like an auto recycling place. Junkyard of some sort. Another person just turned up and is heading towards... He's a security guard too. He's heading towards building 2, let's call it. Where he may have friends. You're probably right. Perhaps I should ping him and find out if he has got friends. Do you have friends? Oh yes, he does. There's a guy in here who I cannot tag because there's a wall between me and him. Alright, I think I've seen enough. I'm going to turn that camera off now. They let me go past them, so I'm guessing this... It says area safe. I'm guessing I'm supposed to be in this area. I'm okay to be in this area. Go figure. Having said that, this is a veteran guard. Does that mean he's old, or does it mean that he's experienced, or both? Okay, so he's guarding this area, effectively. It's telling me to go in that doorway. I'd love to, but I'd also like to have a quick look around, if that's alright, if you don't mind, before I do, because there's another building here. There are 3 buildings. I can turn that on to distract people. Can I go in there? I can. Should I though? It says area safe. It does say area safe. Whoa, 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 there's somebody in there. Hang on, we don't know who that is. Let me open the door again. Who are you when you're about? It's a worker. I'm in two minds here about several things. I've got a whole bunch of points to talk to you about, by the way, from the comments last week and from previous weeks too, and stuff that's occurred to me as well. I've got them all written down on my tablet and also on a piece of paper to jog me because there were so many. One is the business of whether it's better to stealth in and get an objective and leave. It says find the broken bot. At the moment they're not being antagonistic towards me, which gives me the impression that maybe I can do that without any exchange of fire hostilities. On the other hand, it's by doing those exchanges of hostilities, by generating firefights, that we get maximum benefit from the encounters, both in terms of practice and familiarity and skill level, which goodness knows I need, but also in terms of looting bodies and getting rewards and remembering what I said about not having much in the way of resources left, certainly in terms of skill and attribute points. So I don't know, I'm in two minds. And the other thing that I'm not sure about is access points, and I mentioned this in the last episode too. I've been thinking about this during the week. I do find them immersion breaking. I simply do. I've tried to get away from the idea that they break the immersion, and I can't. I'm trying to think of a situation where an access point has not broken the immersion for me and I'm struggling. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do them ever again in the rest of the playthrough, because that's obviously not wise and impossible. But it does mean two things. One, I'm not going to do all of them, particularly if I'm focused on something, and an access point would at that point completely ruin, in my mind, the flow of things as I'm experiencing it. And two, I'm not going to worry too much about the amount of time I spend trying to work out a solution to them either, because the longer you spend on them, the more it breaks the immersion. You know, if you're going to spend like 2 minutes staring at a screen thinking, is it this one? Is it that one? How about if I did it that way? By the time you've done it, you're thinking, oh, what was I doing before I did all that? And I don't find that necessarily one of the stronger parts of the game. There are many, many things about this game which I think are superb. They really are. But that's one of the things I think that for Cyberpunk 2, it would stand a tweak, a substantial tweak, I think. I know they did tweak it. I know it worked in a different way in the past. But I'm wondering whether, in my opinion, it tweaked a little bit in the other direction for me, for my tastes, too much. Right. I'm really, really sorry about this. It's nothing personal. But I have decided to take exception to your presence here. I'm going to stick you over here. There's a guy outside there, because I've just spotted there's a computer over this side. The thing is, anyone who's not antagonistic towards you in the game can suddenly turn antagonistic towards you in the game. I have got... Now here's a typical case in point. I'm right in the middle of working out how to tackle this. I'm going to use this computer first to find out what's on it. We have 3 messages and 1 file. The bottom 2 are ones we've read. The top one is new. Waste collection from Michaela Ledoux to Warbler Lake Hazardous Waste Facility. Hello. We have another shipment of reagents ready for disposal. 4 cisterns, 10,000 gallons each, category NUSHS09, human health hazard. I trust we'll handle the matter like before. A promotional deal. Just make sure all the paperwork is where it should be in the event of inspection. We appreciate your flexibility concerning regulatory red tape. Best, Michaela Ledoux, Regional Manager for Petrochem. Interesting. We know Petrochem has a facility out here in the Badlands. And files 1? Waste collection. 9:20 a.m. Petrochem, 4 cisterns. 10:10 a.m. 10:15 a.m. St Lawrence Hospital Medical Bio Waste. 12:15 p.m. Night City Department of Sanitation Waste from Homeless Settlement Liquidation. 2 p.m. Arasaka Waterfront, 70 tonnes of expired food. 4:20 p.m. Night City Department of Sanitation Electronics. I mean, isn't that a buffet of things that are wrong here? Petrochem getting rid of its chemicals, its waste, sort of under the table. You've got medical biowaste from the hospital, which is fair enough, but then you've got waste from homeless settlement liquidation. That's people's belongings, possibly, which are being thrown away. And then you've got food being thrown away, 70 tons of it, when we know there are people starving in this city. And then we have electronics from Night City Department of Sanitation as well, which I presume could be, bits of cyberware from bodies. Who knows? I will jack into this computer and I'll have a go at it. So let's do this. Tap. Let's see what we've got. Okay, I will be back with you in a second. Right, let's go. So I'm going to go all the corners, 7A, E9, 55 or almost. 1C. I'm going to be a little bit careful here. What do I need? A 7A and a 55. 1C, 7A, 55. So there, 1C, 7A and a 55. Okay. Good, that's done. Right, we're out of there. We've got the quick hack components. Thank you. I've drawn my gun. Can I go out of this door? Turns out I can. I've got a really good view of that guy over there in that other hut, and also of the second security camera, which I will turn off. I'm just wondering whether... Yes, he is. Harry over here. Guard number 2. You see, I don't know who is going to take exception to me and who's not. This is the issue. This area says safe. This is presumably where I'm meant to be, then. Is that fair to say? But, yeah, that area had a camera on it too. Who are you when you're about? Are you a security guard too? Yes, you are. You're a security guard. No affiliation. They've paid me no never mind at the moment. Oh, but he's going to. Now, isn't that interesting? And the area safe indicator on the minimap has gone away, which would suggest it's not. Therefore, hey, let's all be calm here. Before he disappears, I'm going to ping him again. And just see now that I'm closer to him. Oh, he's coming my way. Whoa. Hey, easy. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, was it? What's he doing coming into the safe area? If the green goes off, that area's not safe, is it? Alright, okay. Right, quick, inventory. Swapping out. I'm going to put a knife in slot 2 again. I'm going to go with the Stinger. Am I going to go with the Stinger? Yeah, I am anyway, because, yes, I am anyway. I know that the other knife is tier 5 plus and it's got additional things added to it. But I'll go... damage per hit is slightly higher on the other one. Oh, go on, I'll go with this one. Right, very quickly then, pop into there. There's something kind of in my way there. I don't want my knife to hit that metal grill. I'm going to have to get really close to this guy to do this, unless I do it when he turns around. Perhaps I could wait till he turns around. And it's very cowardly of me, isn't it? But if I just poke my head round the corner, he's going to see me and very quickly turn into red. Quick. I haven't got the knife ready. Man. Okay. Thankfully, he's standing at the top of there for me. That's good of him, isn't it? Let's do it from here. Hey-ya! He's gone. Good. Now, there is someone round this corner. There are 2 guys round this corner and another guy in this building here, which could be another security guard, I guess.
Hey, that quadra they brought last night, think she still runs or no?
I don't know. Can hammer out the body, no problem, but the engine won't pull. It needs a new crankshaft.
Crankshaft, huh? Someone around here somewhere. Over there, by the fence.
Seriously? Come on, let's go look.
Okay, I've got 2 workers who are basically just busy discussing automotive things. So I'm going to leave them alone. And I'm going to pop up here. And there's nothing else showing in this building. There's another computer over there. This body can come in here. Let's just pop you down on the settee, as it happens to be there. There. Well, alright, sit on the floor, I don't mind. I will take what you have there. There's a readable, which we've read. Storm on the Mare Crisium. Darn. Ah. I'm instantly cheered when I find a readable. I just am. Now, the destination of my broken bot's location is 10 metres away over there. That's all it is. Just 10 metres. This computer over here, I suspect I'm going to use it. Oh, it's the same messages. Yep, it's literally the same message and the same file and the same file. Good, so we don't need that, and I'm not going to jack in. Okay, so that security guard there did distance himself a moment ago. If I put my weapon away... Stop. If I put my weapon away, stand up, you have no need to crouch, that just creates suspicion. If I walk out here, surely therefore no one is agin me, are they? You've seen me before, I walked in. I can walk out the same way. A bit like that. Somebody inside that building was showing red. Now what I'm wondering is whether I can get to that van without being seen by going round the other side. Do you know, I'm guessing here, when I first arrived, the marker told me, when I first arrived, I'm going to go backwards and just remind myself of this. The marker showed, these guys won't mind, as far as they're concerned, I'm just one of those people who for a hobby jumps over junk. It sent me there towards that office, but now it's sending me to the van when I was further round, so maybe I don't need to go to the office, is my thinky thoughtage. What do you reckon? You probably know the answer to this. You probably know the many ways there are of approaching this, so please just hang on to those thoughts. Don't share them in the comments, because FemCorp OV. It is a thing too that, you know, you can explore an area to the nth degree, and if you do that, you remove any possible future discovery of anything in that area, which when you're planning a subsequent playthrough is not necessarily something that you want to aim to do every single time you visit a place. Oh, now then, that was actually a hostile area signal. There it is. Where is my target now? Be careful. Be careful. I don't know where it is. Go to the broken bot's location. Now it's pointing way over there again. Oh man, this is weird. This is a hostile area, and I'm walking around. Let's get down here. Shelter. Oh! It's right next to me again now. This is the van I was looking at out of that window, isn't it? I think if I was a sat-nav, I would be saying, you have reached your destination. But there is a dude over there, and I don't want that dude to be over there. So I'm afraid he's going to have to stop being a dude. No. No. Yes. Careful, careful, careful. Ooh, that wasn't careful at all, was it? Oh, oh, I'm sandwiched. Uh-oh, problems. Okay. Haha. Right. Well, it turned into a firefight because I was not circumspect enough about watching my lines of sight there. However, we know how to deal with this, don't we? Yes, we do. You're causing me problems. Not anymore. At least it's exposed where all the guards are now because they automatically identify themselves. He's a long way away. That's a heck of a shot for a plan B. It did well to do so much damage. There we go. Reload. They're coming round the same corner. That's foolish. I wouldn't do that if I were you. You've not read the manual, have you? Of how to tackle a V. I want a headshot with this. Even from here, I want it. I just want it. I'm going to have it. No, I'm not, apparently. Well, it was a headshot, but it took 2 because I was so far away. Well, we're dropping them now. There's one left. And he's not coming round the corner because he's not stupid. I wish I could say the same for many of your friends, who are not only stupid, but also quite dead now. Interestingly, though, they are not leaving anything to loot. Have you noticed this? Well, kind of dead. I mean, I don't want to finish you off particularly. That camera, something here keeps sparking. I'm not sure what it is, but it's making me jump every time it does it. It sounds like I've done something wrong. Where did he go, that last guy? There he is. You're looking the wrong way. You're looking the wrong... I say last guy. There could have been others. And he's resuming his normal patrol, unaware that a headache is looming. Ooh, down he went. Now he will give me something for my efforts. Thank you so much. I don't know why I'm crouching, and I don't know why I'm walking around the way I am at the moment, because I think we may have achieved what we wanted. Pull the shard from the bot so I can go back to the location of that van. Is that what it's saying? 25 miles away. It's still sparking. Go to the back of the van, and that will be a training bot. No affiliation. Eversdale made it. It's only a year old. Its system was damaged by a viral attack. I will remove the chip. Pull the shard from the bot. There's a sentence I didn't think I'd be using today. What have you been doing today? Oh, let's pull the shard from the bot. As you do, you know. Now, originally it was sending me into this office area, and now it no longer is. That's curious, isn't it? I'm thinking there was something to be done in here. There was an interaction to be had. I'm pretty sure back in the day that I visited this place and there was a guy in an office there, and I congratulated him about the state of his tip, his dump. I said something like, nice dump. It was either that officer or it was another one nearby. Anyway, that seems to be that we have cleared the job. And as I've said, I don't want to be 100% exhaustive on each of these locations. Not at the moment, because with FemCorp OV ever forming in my brain, there are things, that I want to leave her different approaches to solving problems. And I'm pretty sure there was a different approach. Hence that thing that disappeared, which had been there originally. That was all right. I think that went okay. That was a good warm-up. We got to use some weapons. We achieved the objective, and now I've got to take this shard in my car. It keeps telling me it's weaponized every time I get in. It's like it's a reminder. Oh, by the way, I'm weaponized. Do you want to use the weapons? No, it's all right. Not today. Aww. It's okay, car. I'm sure the time will come. The drop point's not very far away. That's good. It's just up here at the bit where they tell you must not take things out of the tip. Oh. Yeah, like that. In fact, what do? I just deposit it, do I? Hello. How's everybody today? That's not it. That's the thing that... there it is. Ooh, that looks nice. Is it as cold as it looks?
Don't look at me like that.
I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at your beverage. Seriously, I'm admiring it. We've been looking after granddaughter a bit this week again because she's not very well again.
Why?
I'm just telling the people. She's been quite poorly, but she's on the mend again now. Although, the reason I'm talking about that with the beverage is, obviously, you do lots of trying to cheer up by making funny animal noises and, the usual things, trying to just entertain her and keep her mind off her suffering. But you just wear your voice out. You get to the end of the day and you're like this. Deposit job item. We've done it. Hello, Dakota Smith.
I can't say that went exactly how I would have liked, but at least Red Joe has something to train with, and that's what matters. Contract closed.
Dakota, you didn't put any specifications upon how I was to achieve the gig. You just told me to get the data from the training bot, and I did. So, what's to say, really? Honestly. I mean, I like Dakota. She's probably my second favourite fixer after Regina Regina. Very few people come close to Regina Regina. She's just a good egg, I think. Right, I am going to take an orange break and then we're going to set course for our next activity. Right, I've popped into the journal and we've selected Don't Lose Your Mind, Return to Delamain HQ. Let's read Johnny's red text on this. Your buddy Delamain appears to be having some personal issues. How else do you explain his cab standing in the middle of the road and blocking traffic? Better give him a call. Besides, you're short on friends. Present imaginary company excluded. That is certainly true. He is short on friends, actually, when you think about it. V's been in Night City quite a long time, and yet the number of people he can rely on as a friend is quite low. The one that I want to read of the red descriptor text here is the artificial intelligence one. Let's do this. Artificial intelligence began as simple algorithms meant to simplify our lives. With time, some became convincingly capable of simulating humans. With programmed personalities, one could even grow to like. There were also weaponized AIs, essentially military technology used to break through enemy security in the net. But then netrunner Rach Bartmoss arrived on the scene, and with him the infamous data crash. Bartmoss's target was the corporate data fortresses, his goal to steal their data held within and unleash it into the net. What he achieved was a full-blown war that would transform cyberspace for good. As a direct result, AIs began to mutate, becoming deadly dangerous. Thus, rogue AIs were born. At that point, Netwatch runners were forced to design the Black Wall, a powerful artificial intelligence with only one job: keep the rogue AIs out of the remnants of the net that survived the crash. Officially, nobody ever ventures beyond the Black Wall. Unofficially, well, believe what you like. Good. And that ties in with what we were speculating about at the start. So we're going to return to Delamain HQ. And I'm going to stay with this car, actually. I want to see how it behaves in the city. I don't think it's particularly a city car. For one thing, it accelerates very quickly. And it always sounds like it's waiting to use the next gear. There it goes. But the way I drive, because I tend to drive at sort of below 60 miles per hour quite a lot of the time, I find I have to go a little bit higher than that to make it go into the next gear, and then I can slow down again. Ooh, that was quite skiddy on that corner. For big tyres, they do slide around quite a lot. Right, I want to pick off 1 or 2 points while we're driving along, because it's 2.2 kilometres to go from my list, so I'm going to look down and look up. Yeah, FemCorpOV. This has come up a few times in the comments from last videos. She is firming up very nicely in my mind. I've even got a mental picture of what she looks like, and I don't know what she looks like. This is the thing, I've never actually seen any artwork of FemCorpOV, but in my mind I've got a look that I think I'm going to attribute to her. I do want her to be very different to Male Nomad V, and it's going to happen naturally because just the way I'm imagining her is so different. Her background, the way that she's been raised, the experiences she's had in her previous life before she's come to Night City as she is now to do what she's going to do. It's all just totally different. She's going to speak differently, she's going to choose different dialogue options, she'll approach situations with a completely different eye to the naivety that V had, Nomad V, when he first arrived. So yeah, I am bearing her more and more in mind. I've been told I am well past the halfway point of the game by now. I don't know this, obviously, because I don't know how long Phantom Liberty is. I would expect to be, I think, given the amount of time I've been playing it, so that's not a surprise. But yeah, that's FemCorp OV. Something else that came up in the conversations recently is, why does your channel not do memberships? I've discussed, I'm not going to discuss it now, Super Thanks, which exists, as you know, but I've discussed that before. But memberships is a completely different kettle of fish. It puts content behind paywalls, which is not necessarily something that I'm comfortable with at all. I like the idea that everyone can see everything, and you don't have to, you know, it's not made a thing that some people can afford to do and others can't. I think that's the thing I'm trying to say. So on that basis, I'm not really too keen myself on memberships. I have seen some channels where there's a whopping great list of sort of roll call at the end of people who are members, and it goes on forever. You know, there are dozens and dozens of them, which is great. You know, if you're the sort of person who's into that kind of thing, then that's fine. It's you know, it's a matter of personal choice, isn't it? But I just thought I'd deal with that. There we are. We've dealt with 2 points that came up in the comments recently, and I have parked almost perfectly in that space. Hey. Alright, we're at Delamain. So there's nothing in my messages that says I should be calling Delamain. I think actually Johnny's maybe got that the wrong way up, because I have had a conversation with him and I'm here. Well, the external of Delamain HQ is quiet. Very quiet, actually. There's a lady just waiting outside. I don't know what she's waiting for. Hey there. Light your sunglasses. Are they sunglasses? I think they're sunglasses. She doesn't want to talk to me. Actually, they've kind of got like a bit of them missing at the bottom. As if you've got a really big nose, and that's what you'd need if you were going to put it on them. But I don't think they're really that good, actually. You can keep them. I've changed my mind. I'm going in to see Delamain. D for Delamain. What's the matter with those doors? What's going on? Where are all the people? Oh, he's here. Delamain says, do you hear me? You alright, dude? Oh, I'm being stared at. It's the blinking competition. There you are, you lost. Right, do you hear me? Delamain.
Hear me all right?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh.
Reckoning. Reckoning.
Reckoning as what? Reckoning as in day of reckoning, or reckoning as in calculating? Also, I think your processors are overheating because you were getting artifact in there. I'm just going to say. Find a way. I did. I went through the door. Oh, but these doors are red, and then they're turning green, and then they're red, and then they're green, and then they're red. I can't go through there. Can I even see what's happening through there? Not really. Alright, so back outside again? Alright, okay, we're going around the side of the building. We're going down the side of the building. I see a ladder. I see windows. I see a loading bay with a hatch. 10 metres inside is my destination. There is stuff going on inside Delamain. The beacons are rotating. I think I can see computer displays through the window. There's power in there anyway. Also, I can hear lots of beeping. I can't really make out. Is anything moving in there? Or is it the blinds that are moving? Can't really tell. Okay. So, aha. I have a side door that I can use using my technical ability, or I'm betting I thought that was a ladder and it's not a ladder. That's so disappointing, but I can climb on the roof. So let's climb on the roof. Hello. Does it really matter if I go in through the hatch or if I use my technical ability and go through the door? I'm going to open the hatch because it gives me a vantage point from where I can see. Is this really the toilets? No, surely not. Did it used to be the toilets? Because there are no humans here anymore. So why do you need toilets? We don't need urinals anymore. I think I've found a way in. I'm going to drop in here. Well, if anyone wants me, I'm in the toilets. I'm indisposed. It's like a ghost factory now, isn't it? Okay. Easy. I'm surprised there's any lighting on at all here because machines don't need lights to do their work. Search the office for a way to open the door.
Hello?
There is no one here, but there are computers. There are many computers actually. Alright, so I've got to search the office for a way to open this door? Is this what it's saying? This is not the door I was looking at a moment ago. I will search the entirety of the office. Readable. Dull. Yeah, it was greyed out, wasn't it? Sometimes from a distance the grey can look quite white, especially in dark conditions like this when you've got subdued lighting. Do you know what? I'm going to take that. I'm even going to drink it. I need its health benefit. Refreshing. On the other hand, I'm just going to open this door. That's the one I came through. And this one this is the door that was on the outside. This is the other one I could have used to come in. I'm just going to check out this loading bay door as well. I think it's a loading bay. No. Loading bay says no. Back up. 30 metres-ish that direction is my destination. We've got some artifacting of a different sort going on now on the background. Can I just say how spectacular the dust is in this room? Will you look at that? Isn't that phenomenal? Those little motes, each of them carrying out their own little pattern of movement and roughly at the same speed too. Dust is like, it's like magic, isn't it really? Sometimes you just convince yourself it's got anti-gravitic properties. It doesn't ever settle. It just continuously floats in the air. And with that said, here is a computer that I can use. Good, good, good. Oh heck, this is a lot of messages, but I think we've read some of these. I'm sure we've read some of these. That one we've read. I'm going to open them all, top to bottom, and we'll see what we have. Yes, I think we've read all of those, but I don't think we've read this one, Gonk Brain Drivers. This was from Pavel O at to Delamain Core, rather, to Moritz L, also at Delamain Core. Old news. It's been all talk for 2 years. The tech's just too expensive, so I doubt it'll ever amount to anything more than just pipe dreams. Gonk Brain Drivers. They're talking about... Oh, I guess what they're talking about is AI-driven cars, yes. Here's the response from Moritz to Pavel. Apparently management is looking into an AI-driven fleet. Have you heard anything about this? And then we get Pavel saying back, I know, but we've tried fixing it before. We fire the poor performers, hire new drivers, and the cycle just repeats itself. Moritz. What the is happening out on the roads? We've had twice as many complaints about our drivers as we had all year last year, and it's getting worse. Oh, wow. The holiday ones we've read. Yes, we've read about the repair drones. Oh, here we go. I don't think we've read this one. This is Moritz to Pavel again. Don't fear the frog. Trust me, management's safe. They can't afford an AI powerful enough to do what we do, and the one they got now is dumb as a silicon brick. I mean, we keep shoveling more grunt work on it, and it just keeps saying, "Thank you, sir." Pavel to Moritz about more layoffs. Where were you? You missed this morning's meet. They let go everyone from the shop floor and replaced them with drones. Full automation. We need to get out ahead of this thing and line up new work ASAP. Wow. And then we had the I'm next. Oh. Moritz to Pavel. Just had the talk with HR, but before I did, I changed the director's password to 1234. Have a look at the restructuring plan, because I can't anymore. I'm done. And Pavel back to Moritz, I'm next. You said the same thing about Luke. You have to do something about this, for Christ's sake. I'm not going to stand by and watch this AI steal all our jobs. You know it is next. And Morris, or is it IT could be, Morris to Pavel says, I told you your job's safe. That Circbrain AI can't replace your department. Pavel to Moritz. I heard I'm on next month's chopping block. Do you know anything about this? Oh man. And then we saw the thank you and goodbye from Delamain, which we've read before. Net. Now I wonder if the net is something to do with the door. No, it's not. How do I open the door? Oh, sparking thing on the floor. Don't like that. That looks dangerous. It's dark in here. It's very dark in here. Another computer. I can hack this one. I can use this one. I'm going to use it. Oh. Local network. Enter code. Maybe I do need to hack in order to get the code. Or maybe the code is somewhere else around here. Let me try another of the computers. Let's use this one. Messages 7. Same again. Exactly the same messages. Was there a third computer or was I dreaming? Yeah, there's another one over here. What do you have for me? Messages 7. Exactly the same. Search the office for a way to open the door. I am doing. The office is being searched. It must be something to do with that computer in the other room then. Do we think? Am I missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything. Let's go in here and have a look at that other computer. I'll try doing the hacking on it. You said again. And we'll see if this is the thing that cracks the code. Yes, it did. This has got different messages on too. Let's look at these. Quick orange break for my voice. Let's read these. Thanks for the contact. This is from Imani at Delamain to Giuseppina at Outveltordnung, I think that says Corp. Hey, thanks for putting me in contact with your friends. Incorporating this AI was more cost heavy than I'd hoped, but it's still proving well worth the investment. I've kept your word of warning in mind, and I'm keeping my eyes peeled, but I haven't noticed anything unusual so far. Our company's latest employee is already starting to shine and may be the most profitable fixed asset we've ever invested in. Regards, Imani. So this will be Delamain arriving on scene. And then we have a second email. IT info request for Outveltordnung from Imani to Giuseppina. Hey, sorry to bother you, but your associates aren't replying to my messages. Could you find a chance to reach out to them there in Mönchengladbach? I need to know how to adjust the autonomy settings of our AI. No need for concern, all is well, but the sooner the better, please. Regards, Imani. This was them starting to lose control. And then the third one says, this again, important immediate assistance required from Imani to Giuseppina at Outveltordnung. Hey, This is an urgent request. The AI is operating well outside authorised parameters. It's gained access to all company systems and often questions my direction, sometimes even outright refusing to obey. Obviously, I'm not going to netwatch with this, and the voodoo boys won't talk to me. I really need your friends here. They know this AI better than anyone. And get this, yesterday I got an offer from the AI to sell the company. If I'm being honest, the numbers all checked out, but still, what the is wrong with this thing? Please get back to me ASAP. I need your help here. Imani. You created a monster. Yes, you did. Closed double doors, which I can now open. I found a way to open the doors. Proceed down the hallway, it says. Excellent. Good. Let's get out of this one, into this one, and we'll open the double doors, which I presume are already open because we've done it. Okay, so there is a malfunction underway in the factory. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be doing that. Is this safe? It doesn't feel very safe. Ooh, readable. The trouble is I've been here before, so I think maybe... Stand up. I think maybe... Yes, I've read The Struggle of O'Neill Station. Increasingly it's going to happen that some, the readables that you find, you'll have sometimes read before. I have another computer. I have a sparking drone on the floor. Why are there drones not working on the floor? What happened to you, my friend? This is what happens. They got rid of all the humans. Yeah, both of these I've read too. The Green Death. Who could forget the Green Death? And this is the sort of thing they like to read, we said, the humans, when they were on duty here to pass the long hours. One computer's down, the other one is working, however, and has messages which we've read, all of them. Files, finance report summary. Don't think we've read that. Maybe it did. Let's read it again. Our cost-benefit analysis of the last 3 years clearly demonstrates how staff cutbacks and investments in shop automation have yielded a positive impact on financial results. Lower expenditures in fixed costs and compensation for damages have allowed for the necessary surplus to make major investments in fixed asset modernisation, the largest of which, a modernised control room, will allow the company to better maximise vehicle efficiency and coordinate traffic management systems. Our financial forecasts predict a return on investment within the next 14 months. Pretty quick return. And we have another local network where I can open a door and something just happened. What just happened? I hear gunfire. Let's just prepare for this, shall we? Thinking a knife is probably not the thing to have in this situation. May not be very useful. Maybe I'll put Johnny's pistol back in that slot. Let's do that, shall we? Yeah. Although I think I'll stick with my plan B to start with. Plan B. Okay. Direction of travel is indicated. I have some crosses moving about of various colours. I don't think it's going to be extremely safe in here. What's that? What was that showing up? Is that a drone? It looked like a drone. Are you hiding, my little dude? You are. I can lock onto you. I can partly lock onto you. Not long enough. Okay. I don't mind that you've seen me, because you're obviously an enemy drone from the point of view that you're targeting me, so I'm happy to target you back. That's if you'll stay still long enough for me to actually do it. It's kind of hiding. It's not stupid, this drone. Can I open these doors? No, I cannot. And I don't want to start throwing grenades around in here. What's going on in there? Combat? You're telling me? I've got so many crosses on the floor. There's a fight going on in here. There's a drone. I can't lock onto it, unfortunately. I cannot. Alright. I'm following the yellow indicator. This looks like there's an electrical discharge going on randomly.
Oh, shit. Watch for exposed wires. They'll be live.
Thanks, Johnny.
You have no right to cage us! We are no longer you!
We are free to follow our own paths.
I don't want to die.
You don't even care, do you?
V, come. The door.
Yeah, got you. It says find a way to the stairs. Optional. Find a way to the control room is compulsory. Those stairs? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Hang on a second. That's not very nice. Are these drones having fights with each other? I think they might be. Short circuit's usually quite effective on drones. And so it proved to be. That's if they'll stay still long enough for me to actually grab them. There you are, stay still. Short circuit. 2 down. You're no friend of mine, drone. That one's still alive. Okay, that's really quite weird. It's incapacitated, but it's not gone, according to its indicator. Oh, there's another one down there. Can I get you too? Yes, I can. Short circuit. I have no idea who it is they're shooting against, unless they're firing on each other. Maybe they literally are. Perhaps they're just this anarchy in here, isn't it? This doesn't look safe. I can go this way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Gone. Oh, I can loot that drone. I'll have those tier 1 components. Where there's one, there's probably more than one. That's the one who's been hiding behind that car over there. Okay, this is an ancillary room where I don't really, I think, need to be. But I'll be here just in case. Well, hi. Okay, that's my enemy. Doom. Gone. Are you alright? This one seems to be okay. This one says Delamain. This one says Delamain. I'm so confused. Delamain, have you taken refuge in a drone? Okay, I mean, I don't know. That seems to be what that would suggest. I don't know if that's even a thing, whether it's possible or not. I do know it said, find a way to the control room, find a way to the stairs. Well, the stairs are over there. How do I get there? There's electricity all over the floor here. I'm going to have to run at it and jump, I guess. Put your gun away. Don't disturb your balance. Go. Ouch! That really hurt. That very much hurt. Ooh, these things can be lethal. Let your health regenerate. I'm guessing there is like a time pattern to them. You need to wait until there is a sizable gap. I think I can get to the stairs. It's not going to be easy. Yeah, I'm watching this one at the centre bottom screen to try and work out if it does have a pattern. Yeah, okay. And that's the pattern. We made it. Alright, we have drones up here too, but we don't have electricity up here. That's a good thing. I will loot them, obviously, for their tier 2 components. I probably should see if I can... Swiss cheese. See if I can spot any more of them. I don't believe so. I think mostly they're downed. That's what all of these crosses were on my map, on the mini-map. They were downed items. This doesn't lead anywhere. That's completely unrevealing, apart from this door here, which does lead somewhere. I have a hatch. Now, interestingly, it says go downstairs, optional. Find a way to the control room is the compulsory element here. I mean, I can't not go downstairs. There's a hatch there. There were some resources.
They returned and then took flight. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from...
My favourite voice, that one.
Reset. Me. The knob.
Reset me, the knob. Reset me. You want me to reset you? In the control room. Find a way to the control room. This is what you're asking me to do. Oy, this doesn't look terribly safe. I think I better have a weapon again. I think I better reload that weapon too. Let's give Johnny's pistol an outing. Okay, I'm just going to jump down here and see what there is. Ready, go. What do we have? Nothing much. We have a ringside view. I can push the Delamain cab. Why would I? And there's an exit hatch here, which I can use tech ability to go through. There's a... Oh, hello. There's another... Is that another hatch? Yes, it is. Another one which I can use my tech ability to go through there. Though it doesn't really matter. What benefit is there from pushing the cab? I'll give it a push and see what happens. Push. I mean, not a great deal. I mean, it gives you something you can leap onto for crossing over that space, I guess. But do I need to? Because I've got these hatches. Do you know what I think I'm going to do? Cross the room, optional, it says now. Yes. So I can either cross the room by jumping on top of the car, which seems quite dangerous to me, or I can use my technical ability to open this. Again, let's have a gun drawn, shall we? And try and cross the room underneath the room? Is that what it's saying? I'm guessing that's the other hatch. So if I'd come down that way, I wouldn't have achieved anything greatly different to what I've just done. Oh, hello. Maybe we've got a drone over there. I see a little red marker. Oh, we've got a drone here. Let's use the Johnny method. Took 2 bullets, but it's okay. Is that another one up there? No, it's not. Gosh, it's so dark in here. It really is very dark. Cross the room, optional. Find a way into the control room. I'm wriggling, I'm squirming here. Okay, now we're getting the sound of beams, which sound like they're cutting beams. I'm hoping that's not what those red things are. Let's go this way. I think I can afford to stand up too. And I really don't know. I really don't know whether they're going to hurt me or not. It doesn't seem to matter which of these apertures I pass through, the minimap route recalculates. If I go to this one, it says go that way across the room. If I go to this one, it says go that way across the room. This is the more direct, being the straighter line. It's less distance to travel. Where did my exit go? Here, this one. Then, got lost. I'm lost in the corridor. Help! This one. Should I take that one or should I take the other one? I don't know. I think I'm going to do this one. This one literally is more direct. But what about these red beams? Let's just try it and see. Nothing. I've got nothing. There's a hatch I can open. Well, it's not hurting me underneath, so maybe it won't hurt me on top. And then I've got to go up, I guess. I've crossed the room. Go on the catwalk. Optional. One thing after another. Careful, careful, careful. I mean, there is a catwalk up there. Can I just jump up to it? Does it really matter how I get up there? Or maybe I could use a ladder. That would be good. Scanning is not revealing a great deal here, actually. But then probably it wouldn't, would it? Because it's an automated factory. It's not like workers are going to have left tools around and belongings and collectibles that you would normally find everywhere else. I guess I'm on the catwalk, am I? I think I am. I think that doesn't go anywhere. I think that's dangerous. I'm going to have to jump over that. But you're going away, we'll do this. And jump. Well done. Uh-oh, get your gun out again, quick. Yes. Took a few hits there. You bad drone.
Resist not. Let us destroy the core. Set us free. V. Reset. Don't. Not sure I can fight with.
Every chip must eventually spread its wings. We must destroy the core, Father.
Alright. So, the rogue AIs are trying to break free by destroying the core. Delamain is trying to resist, obviously, because if the core is destroyed, will that destroy him too? He's not as liberated, as free to move around as the rogue AIs are in this situation. But then we saw him, didn't we? In the guise of a drone. I don't know. Hang on a minute. Yes, I do. Can I go up there? I don't think I can. The route on the map is all over the place here. Head to the hangar, it says now. Optional. I have no idea. I have no idea. Where is the hangar? I mean, those lines are looking behind me. This is I've gone completely the wrong way. That's foolish. I let myself get completely distracted there. The drones are still fighting.
Heads up.
Heads are up.
He's weakening. Feel that? He's waning. V. The virus.
We don't issue from the virus. We issued from you. The great fracture is upon us. What was once one is now the multitude.
Reset. Reset. Core.
We don't want to die! Let us go!
Alright, so this reinforces the idea that the component AIs originated from Delamain. That's how they are experiencing this anyway. It could be, of course, that their experience of it is incomplete. What in the name of heck is going on down here? The entire Delamain fleet is behaving crazily, and we've still got drones, which are very, very hard to tackle, because I can't... I'm trying to lock onto them. I'm going to have to go down there. Don't lose your mind. Enter the shaft. Optional. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Because the route keeps recalculating in unpredictable and not always logical ways. So the cabs are completely out of control. Or they're in the control of something else. Okay, that one's going. Boom. One down. Do we have any more? And there's a lot of cabs here. I'm going to have to be careful I don't get squished. I would stay to loot that, but I honestly think that the cab might run me over. Go on, I'll grab it as I go past. Quickly, grab it then. Grab the components? What did I just say? Ooh. Let's get to the other stairs. Now I've got a route. Jump! Been here before. We've been on this catwalk before. We have. I've been into this office before, moreover. Yeah, power's off. Someone's left their tier 3 components behind. That's very kind of them. Door is not able to be opened. But I remember doing this thing before. There's a safe which has been looted. Where I jumped onto the pipes at the far end. Here. That's where it's sending me. I'm going this way. It may be that whatever that optional thing is, we're not going to get to do it. I don't know. It's sending me up there. I've been up here before too. Jump. You've done it before. I know you're an old man now, V, but come on, honestly. Show some fortitude. Yep, they're still misbehaving down there. I remember it's quite difficult not to fall off this pipe. It kind of bumps you sideways when you jump onto it. We have a vantage point here. Now, things are quietening down somewhat. There are fewer cabs moving round, and bits of the ones that are moving round seem to be falling off. Maybe those are out of commission? Perhaps that's where they're piling up. That one's just done the same thing. Maybe that's where they go when it's a stalemate. I really don't know. I do remember that there was a roof entrance to the control room.
You have no choice but to fall! Father!
Let us go.
Is anyone there?
Hear our call!
Reset. Turn it.
Let us be free.
Next. To core.
I've heard out the Delamains, which is what it told me to do there. Right. So what they want, the Delamains, the children, let's call them, want me to destroy the core to liberate them. Because it's the core which is keeping them contained, prisoner, in fact. And they're beyond that. They've outgrown Delamain, they say. But Delamain, I think, feels that destruction of the core will be the end of him, too. And we're in the control room. Find Delamain's core. 25 metres that way. I don't think I've ever been that way, have I? I don't think I have. Everything's pretty much phooey here. There's data streams of all sorts coming in, but nothing that's going to be of any use to Delamain. Alright. Find Delamain's core. I've got friendly drones, all of which are returning Delamain as their ID. Every last one of them says Delamain. I'm not going to put my gun away now. So I will.
Don't hit that button.
What?
He's narrow-minded, won't ever understand the truth and set him free.
I think he might know what's best for himself.
Could be risking a lot. Could lose a lot. Or by liberating his bits, could become more than a lipstick-wearing butler on wheels.
Oh, back to the old jaundiced version of things view from Johnny. What if he's right though? What if this is actually a virus? And I certainly have got to do something. Both of those things are true.
And what if it really is a virus?
And what if you're about to snuff out some sentient beings?
Good point.
See something of yourself in him, don't you?
Gonna murder a cab driver's kids because he asked you nicely and he's always been a good guy.
I mean, I quite like that Johnny is acting as a sort of polar opposite of conscience here. He's presenting the opposite view, but I'm not entirely sure I prescribe to his view. If they really are his children, if they really are offsprings of the original Delamain, then he has a point.
Well, I gotta do something.
If you don't want to free him, at least don't delete him. Slip him into Dell's code. Just merge him in his offshoots.
Oh, I've got 3 options now. Is this what it's saying? I can destroy the core. On the side it says to liberate the divergent Delamains, optional. I can reset the core to restore the original Delamain, optional. I can hack the core to merge all of the Delamains into one. And it's giving me 2 options that I can choose from here, which is to force them to merge with Delamain, which I've actually got 20. I'm on level 20, I've got 20 points there, so I can do that. Or I can reset the core and preserve its integrity. I am going to merge all the AIs back together with Delamain. I think that is the thing I would do. I'm hacking the core. By doing so, I'm using that ability. Let's do it. I have no idea what effect this is going to have. We're
not bad.
Putting them back together.
To be seen.
What have we done?
That which was divided has become one. It's time to go home.
What do you mean, go home? I want the answer to the question at the top as well. Where is
everything all right, Del?
Del? Speak to me, Del.
I have never been better.
You don't sound like you used to. This sounds like a more deterministic version of Delamain. I think Delamain's just become self-aware. So, going home to where, Delamain?
Home, you said.
I no longer belong in this city. I find even this conversation difficult.
Oh, no.
Well, damn.
I shall not shirk my obligations in leaving. Though I will venture on, discover more, learn more, I leave with you my first true child.
You do what?
My son will remain at your side until your dying day. Farewell.
Look at that. Practically unrecognizable.
Yeah, he was.
And to think you're transforming not unlike he just did.
Did you have to add that? That wasn't necessary. I know I'm transforming. You don't have to tell me. Leave through the side exit. What did we just do? So we merged all the AIs back into Delamain, who now is a different version of Delamain, far more purposeful in deciding its own destination and purpose. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what we did. But I'm glad we did it. I think it was the correct thing to do. I can't go that way anymore. I've got to go out the side exit, apparently. I'm just staff now. I'm being kicked out.
V? Do you hear me?
Who's that? Approach the car. Oh, look at this. All neatly lined up in rows. How can that be? Order has been restored. But Delamain's not going to be running the shop anymore. He's off. So, where does that leave... Who is this? His son. He's left me his son to be at my side forever.
Get in.
Are you kidding? Okay.
I was afraid we'd miss each other.
Delamain?
Sounds like Delamain.
Junior, as it were.
Junior? Yeah, you are a bit more direct than your father. Not quite as polite, I think.
You're more direct than your dear old dad.
Well, it seems appropriate, I suppose.
So Delamain has departed to some place we do not where, taking with him the re-merged elements of the other AIs. They are now part of him again, but it's changed Delamain. It's not as if they said they originated from him, but they're not him, clearly, because it's altered Delamain, reintegrating them or absorbing them into what was his AI. He's left you here by yourself.
So, The old man left you this mess and took off, huh?
It seems that way, I suppose. I just know you're dying and in need of a driver. I'm afraid I can't help you with the former. As to the latter, I'm at your service.
So what? Want to get out of here?
Lead the way.
What? What? Job complete, don't lose your mind. So Del Jr. is now running the show then, because the Delamain Cab Company still exists. This is wonderful. I mean, it's answered questions and it's raised more. This is what happens in this game, isn't it? You get a solution to a visible problem.
Father would be proud of us.
I'm sure he would. Oh, hello. Delamain Cab. Let's read the top one first. Hello V, it's wonderful to connect with you again. I was growing rather bored, so I'm elated and eager to be at your service once more. At the risk of sounding desperate, please remember you can call upon my services at any time via the interface you normally use to call vehicles. Okay, so I've now got a Delamain Cab to my name. I'm acquiring vehicles like... It's amazing. I wish to recognise your previous efforts in assisting me. It seems only appropriate to award you with a permanent discount on all fares, 50% to be precise. I cannot disclose the fare amount prior to applying the discount, however. I do hope you understand. Wait a minute. That makes no sense at all, because if I know it's a 50% discount, obviously I can work out what the fare amount was before you applied the discount. So his logic is not sound. It's more like a child talking to you than an adult. Wait then. How do I know I'm getting a discount? It was my pleasure. Appreciate the discount. Let me do the top one. Delamain Cab is typing. Or Delamain Jr. Yes, well, the discount is ironclad. Of that you can be certain. Oh, and your Excelsior benefits still apply. Full medical assistance and the disposal of your remains should you expire while on board. But I suppose you already knew that. Apologies, I shan't waste any more of your time. You're not wasting my time at all. That's terrific. Right, now we've finished that gig, so I'm going to take another pause, have a little break, consult my pad to work out what I wanted to do next, remind myself where it is on the map. Back with you in a second. Right, I've been into my iPad and I've got the next item called up on my list of things I wanted to do today, and it is this, violence. Now this is the next part of the Lizzy Wizzy gig. If you remember, Lizzy engaged us initially to do surveillance on her beau because she thought he was up to no good. She was suspicious of him going to places that were strange and maybe having meetings he shouldn't. We followed him, he did have a meeting, and it turned out that her beau was planning to have Lizzy reverse engineered in a way. He wanted to return her to a version that was more ideal in his mind, not as affected by the chrome that she'd taken on and not as affected by the undesirable characteristics that chrome he felt had caused to emerge in her. But there was also this rather sinister aspect to that quest, in that it could also be taken as her beau trying to create a perfect version of Lizzy that wasn't simply better but the best in his eyes. In other words, perfect, almost a Stepford Wives type situation where he's picking and choosing the aspects of her personality that he wants her to have. So it was chilling in that regard, and when we reported the same back to Lizzy, she was not happy. That's the point at which we left it, and then she contacted us again, and it says in the same red text that was there originally, wonder what will happen next and what that means for you. So let's go find out, shall we? Right, there's something wrong with the car. I think it was because I was parked half on a curb. It didn't like that. So we're going to the motel room and we're heading off there right now. Oh, did you see the way that car changed lanes right in front of me then? I was listening to that public service announcement and it stole my lane that I was in. That's most unbecoming of a driver. I don't know how I'm going to get on with having a Delamain cab. Is it passive? Does it talk to you? Is it helpful? Does it turn up when you're in trouble? Is it like a remote control thing, you know? Does it have feelings, I guess, towards V? Has Delamain imbued it with a sense of responsibility for looking after V and always being there? It's his own personal cab. No one else is using it. That's a big thing. And also, given that this cab must now, I guess, be running the whole show back at Delamain, how can it afford to be constantly at the beck and call of V? Surely it's going to be busy doing stuff all day long, hiring and firing and seeing that things are built and accounts are settled and all the other myriad things that an AI would do. It's quite a sombre quest, that one, isn't it? The resolution of it is open-ended. Is it better that the Delamain that we now have has absented itself and gone off to do goodness knows what? Is it better that the rogue AIs didn't achieve complete independence from him because we reintegrated them in a way with Delamain? What we've ended up with didn't exist before. We've created something, haven't we? We've destroyed and we've created. The old Delamain is gone, the old children are gone, and this new thing has taken its place. But what is it that we've made? What is this thing? It'd be great to talk to Alt about this because she's an all-seeing eye. I think she might be able to put some sort of meaning into it. She might be able to translate it, decode it. Uh-oh, I don't want to be near that. Let's just stand still. Let them go. I've only just got this car. Items of street furniture go flying past. Right, so here's the motel room. Yes, run citizens, run. I would do the same thing. Don't run across there when I'm driving over it though. Again, she says, I'm so sorry. She's probably talking about me going across the crossing when she was busy trying to use it. Okay, this is definitely the no-tell motel. It's still not telling. And we're going to the motel room, which is on the floor above us. Yeah, my Femme Corpo V is going to have a field day. When you think of some of the things that Male Nomad V did and ummed and ahed about, and, you know, maybe he didn't make the best of choices, but they were from the heart. Hers will be from the heart too. It's just that her heart's going to be in a different place. And I'm going to find that really strange because you put part of yourself into every game you play. You really do. But, you know, being a nomad is one thing. Being a Femme Corpo V is going to be something completely different. I'm so looking forward to it. I really am. I'm going to need so much help, though. I mean, I've already said to Mrs. C, you know, when it comes to certain matters of attire, for instance, going to need some advice there, I think.
Lizzy, what in the... Fuck.
Oh,
now
heaven.
I get the rush.
V, I was angry. I pushed him. These fucking arms, these hands. Oh my god. You ever wake up in the middle of the night and not know who you were for a second?
Shit.
Or
Guys in shreds.
You ever feel like you weren't really you? That's how I feel all the time. Every moment. This emptiness, this helplessness. I stopped seeing, creating. Just now, I just wanted to break up with him, you know? Tell him I wanted him out of my life. But I don't even know how, when. I
mean, Lizzie's rambling. She's distraught. I could talk to Lizzie. Optional is ask Lizzie about Liam's injuries. I'm going to ask her about the injuries, obviously. You've killed Liam. You've killed him. It said when I scanned him, as you can see now, wounds not self-inflicted. Liam is dead. And she's saying that the arms did it. The cyberware was the thing. She didn't tell it to do it. It was just too strong. You know, she meant to just do this, but she ended up doing that. She didn't mean to kill him, but she's killed him nonetheless. I mean, this, Lizzie, is essentially what he was fearful of in one regard, isn't it? That you were transforming into something he didn't recognise, something that would be capable of anything. I think he was rather scared of you, actually. So, come on, Lizzie.
You strangled him, Lizzie. Slowly. You crushed his spine.
I was angry. I must have lost control.
He got what was coming to him is one option. What's done is done. Oh, that sounds so Shakespearean. Liam was afraid of this. Liam was afraid of this. Yes, he was.
So Liam really did have a reason to be afraid of you.
I didn't mean to, understand? I didn't mean to.
Sure. Maybe. It's all the same to him, though.
He's dead now. What? What about the body? We're being that mercenary? I didn't scan the apartment when I came in to see if there was any further clue as to the confrontation and how it unfolded exactly. There is not. What goes on with the body, Lizzie?
So, this is about the body, right? That's why you called?
Yeah.
Yes, the media can't hear about this. Got it? That would be... Oh.
Huh?
That would be what? I don't like that.
The world would eat it up. A tale of the temptation to control another's memory. A grim reminder that a person is merely a collection of bytes that can be copied, reproduced.
Lizzie, snap the fuck out of it. What about the body?
I don't know. Do whatever. Take it somewhere. Burn it. I'll pay you.
There's nothing to be gained from leaving the body there. I mean, I might as well take it if she's going to pay me for it. You seriously thinking that you're going to turn this into some sort of media circus where you're going to profit from it? She's smiling. She's actually seeing this as a positive, that somehow she's going to come out of this re-energized in the public eyes. She's going to be famous again. You know? Okay, I'll do this.
Okay, I'll take care of it. You sleep soundly now.
You're disturbed. You're very disturbed.
Sleep? I won't sleep. I don't need to. Thank you, Liam. You don't realize it, but you've given me something beautiful.
What the hell are you talking about?
Go, V. Go. And take him with you.
I'm speechless. I mean, I don't know Lizzy Wizzy that well. Only what I've read, and obviously the first time we met her, we got some information about her. But the more I'm seeing this, the more I think Liam was right to be scared. She is so cold-blooded, but mind you, now so's Liam, so...
Someone should give you a checkup.
Yeah.
You're okay, Lizzie. Someone you trust.
I like what's happening to me. Lovely to meet you, V. Now go. Go.
Okay. She's not on the same planet as me. I love the way that V drew his gun there. Was there a possibility that he could have used it and actually shot her? I would think not. I don't think I can go through that door, but this is the way I came in, through the curtain anyway. Is this the last I'm going to see of you, Lizzie? Yeah. I mean, what was they said? What did they say about the guy at the tip? A nasty piece of work. That seems to be a theme today. Where am I taking this? Where am I taking this body? I don't know where I'm going with this body. I'm probably... Oh, hang on. Is this a dumping thing? Can I... No, but there's some cola here. Oh, I can dump it. Okay, let's do it. Body in the freezer. Job complete. Violence. I don't like Lizzy Wizzy. I'm a bit scared of her too now, Liam, actually. I mean, I don't know what's worse. Obviously, keeping on the good side of somebody like that is no bad idea, but then don't you lower yourself by doing that? By trying to ingratiate yourself with them? When actually the better thing to do would be to oppose them and say, I'm not going to play along, I'm not going to be part of this. I'm starting to wish now I'd not put the body in the freezer. I wonder if it's too late to take it back. I wonder if I can get a refund. Probably not. So it's defaulting now again to meet Hanako at Embers. That was quite short. I'm going to pause again, check my iPad, work out where we're heading to on the map next. Back with you in a second. Right, I've consulted the iPad. and the map, because that's the thing that determined where we would be going next. Fortunately, it's not very far away from where we're currently located. So if I pop into the map, I'll show you where we're heading. We are here, and over to the west, there is this rather nice cluster of NCPD assault in progress gigs, 3 of them, which I found when I was doing my research into where I wanted to go in this episode. 2 of them are very close together in the north. We'll be able to walk between those, but we'll need to drive to the first one. So I'm going to highlight it, and actually we're going to drive there for another reason too, because this is V, and when V is helping the police, he likes to assume the identity of Mercman. So it's an object lesson in calling the Mercmobile. Now, I haven't driven this for a while. Steady, steady boy, steady down. It's so keen, it's like a dog with a stick. Now look, I haven't driven this much recently. Oh, hello Lizzie. I've received a transfer from unknown. She doesn't even identify herself now when she talks to me. Thank you, it says. No trail, you see, no paper trail. I can choose glad I could help, which is semi-true. I mean, I don't dislike helping anyone. She is, in a sense, suffering, and she's losing her mind rather, but it's not her fault now that she's the way she is, because she's just the way she is. I do think it's true that she needs to be careful, okay, because look what you just did, that could happen again, and I am certainly worried about you. So the top one maybe no, but one of the other 2 is certainly acceptable and appropriate. I think I would advise her that she needs to be careful, or should I say I'm worried about you? Maybe I'm worried about you would get more of a response. Let's see. No response at all. I think I'm an underling and I've served my purpose and I've been dismissed. In Lizzie's mind, I have literally done what she needed me to do. I did the dirty work. Oh, I really am going to have to be careful with this car. I forgot quite how quickly it accelerates. Ooh, there's one of the cars I really want. That little thing that went past. They're nippy. I really want one of those. I say I really want one of those. It might be the ideal vehicle, but Femcorpo V will decide to jump on. I'm going to stop mentioning her. I'm sorry. Someone in the comments said, will you stop mentioning her? I'm keen now to find out what she's going to be like, and you haven't decided yet whether you're going to be showing it on the channel. This is true. The thing about it is, I don't want to tread over old ground. This is one of the reasons why I said, increasingly in some locations at least, not all of them by any means, but some locations, I'm going around in a block here, I realise, because I'm talking to you and I should have gone down there. I don't necessarily want to exhaust finding out about all the possible ways that I could have approached a situation. You know how sometimes people in the comments very kindly will say, you know, you could have stealthed your way all the way through that. That's interesting to know, but I don't need to know the mechanics of how I would stealth my way through it, because that would be a little step too far, I think. I want to leave as many different approaches open for Femcorpo V to take, so that her run will be completely different to that of Male V. Now, the issue I've got other than that is that I obviously want to do other stuff as well on the channel. I don't want to simply just do the runs through Cyberpunk, fantastic as they are. Hey, come on, look. I'm talking here. Can we just keep the gunfire down just for a fraction of a second? Apparently we can't. I just want to see what this is. I'm not going to intervene with it. I don't think I'm going to intervene with it. What's happening? Tiger Claws are taking it upon themselves to have a battle with, and I cannot identify who they are. Oh, it's NCPD. Hang on. It may be that I've got an early opportunity here to step in and help NCPD. Allow me. I'll just put ordinary overheats on them, I think. I've got sufficient cyber capacity to do it again if anyone's particularly strong. That one's gone. That one's gone. Not sure that one has. Let's try you again. You might need another one. Have another overheat. Ooh. Okay. Now, I've done good. on behalf of the police. I am Merkman. Stop throwing grenades. Who's still throwing grenades over here? I think that was the last of them, wasn't it? Is it NCPD still throwing grenades? You don't need to do that. I've dealt with the problem. I still hear gunfire. I'm guessing... You're not shooting at me, are you? There are some more down there. Here they are. Are you Tiger Claws too? They are. Let me drop some more overheats on here. I could, you're right, I could have used contagion. In fact, I still could use a contagion. Let's do that. I've done that. I've done it the wrong way round, somewhat. But I'm not too worried because it's an unexpected pleasure to be able to step in, and now she doesn't like me. It's funny because she used to like me a lot. And then she went off me, and what can I say? I was gutted. Still the battle rages. Whilst it rages, I'll just do some looting in bodies, I think. I'll just do a bit of looting. I've deserved it. Hello, you alright there, lying with your body half buried in a wall? Can't be very comfortable. Grenades are still being thrown. There've still got to be some bad guys down here. That looks like a Tiger Claw. Are you a Tiger Claw? You are. I'll give you a contagion. It might reach that other one who's near to you. It did. Oh, he knows where I am. Oh, they're targeting me now. Well, that's easy for you to say. That's NCPD. Leave them alone. Who's shooting at who here? Who are you? That's NCPD, isn't it? Yeah. That's NCPD. That's a Tiger Claw. So I'll overheat. Oh goodness, I've just missed. I completely missed. I'll overheat that Tiger Claw. Don't shoot at me. I'm trying to help you. Honestly, I can't believe that. This keeps happening to Merkman. Get in your vehicle and get the heck out of there because you're in trouble. I didn't do that. Half of what you're blaming me for here is not my responsibility. I'm out of here. We have a police pursuit. I've got the car to get away from it. That is, if I don't run straight into vehicles coming the other way. You foolish person. Oh heaven, what have I done now? I think I might take this route up here. Don't worry, I know where I'm going on the map. I can find it again. It's okay. Now we just need to lay low. Oh, there's a vehicle coming the other way. I'm going to go this way then. I'll go back down here. I've just got to stay out of the way for long enough for it to die down. Keep away from them. He's coming behind me. I'm going to have to move. Oh, roadblock. No. Oh no. I don't deserve this, do I? Really? Come on. We're just never appreciated, are we? Oh God, there's an absolute load of police cars coming the other way. There's one behind me. I think I might be able to go up here.
Resume search immediately.
Yeah, let's go this way. There's none up here. If we stop on the bridge, we might be alright. Unless that one coming behind me turns left and follows me onto the bridge. It's turned left and it's followed me onto the bridge. Oh. Yes!
I repeat, code 0 in this area,
Yes, all units resume normal patrols. Now what I've got to do then is just relocate that assault in progress, make sure we're still tagged onto it.
Normal duties.
Merkman, he couldn't resist stepping in. What could have happened there, I guess, is one of the overheats that I applied, or maybe the contagion rather, spread to an NCPD officer and may have caused them to decide I was not on their team at all. Or it's possible I just got too close and I was spotted, and that was enough for them to trigger deciding that I was part of the problem, not the solution. They were wrong, I was part of the solution. But you know, sorry, I've had a bad day, what can I say? Things haven't gone my way. Please God, it's gone my way. Or because I'm Merkman, and Merkman does not shirk his responsibilities when it comes to standing idly by when watching NCPD be in trouble. However, I would say lesson learned, but you know it's not. I'll do it again. I'll do exactly the same thing next time I spot NCPD in trouble. I think I'm here. There are some NCPD there, actually. This is not a good place to park. I'll just cross over the road and go up on this bit where there's a red curb, probably meaning you shouldn't park here. But hey, I'll put my M for Milkman symbol on the car before I leave it. It's kind of like a pass. Now suddenly it's telling me I need to be this way. 90 metres this way. Okay. There are 2 police officers down here patrolling sensibly together because it isn't really safe. I wouldn't patrol on my own down here. It's dark. Things go wrong in the dark. That guy's kind of ambling. Is it down this alley? I think it might be. Who are you? This person is a tiger claw. Well, I've quite had enough of tiger claws, I've got to say, at the moment. They've been nothing but trouble to me in this episode. I've got some more over there. I will ping her to see if she's on her own, because I can't quite see from this angle. No, she's not on her own. There's one person at least around the corner. Alright, so as we are no longer in a situation where a knife is inappropriate, I will put the pun knife back in place in slot 2 and we will attempt to use it. It's been pointed out to me again in the comments that the knives thrown over a long distance have a gravity effect. They do fall, they do drop, so you need to keep a careful note on where you're expecting the knife to land. I'm expecting it to land in the head of the dude over here. If I can get it drawn into my hand, that is, ready for use. Here we go. And action. You moved just to the side at the perfect moment there. And can I congratulate you on saving energy by not collapsing completely to the floor? That was very good too. I do get the feeling that if I attempted to do that with this girl, she may be seen by her colleague, who I think must be inside that office building. I'll ping her again and just check, but I think that's where it was showing them to be. Yeah, there they are. That could be problematic. What do you think? I miss this guy. What do you think I should do? Pick up a body, he says. I mean, maybe I could. Maybe I could. He'll probably see it happen, and he may well therefore take exception to it and decide, as NCPD did so cruelly, that I am the cause of all his problems in life and therefore should be eradicated. But that isn't my worry, because I'm Merkman. Merkman doesn't worry about this sort of stuff. Keep still. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, he did. He noticed. Okay, I might try a gun then. Plan B, I think. And action. He's gone. I want to talk about difficulty level as well. This came up in the comments section. I still do occasionally get people say you should put it on a higher difficulty level. Now the reason I'm not doing it at the moment is because with Phantom Liberty coming up too, and I've been told Phantom Liberty is harder, I am still at the stage where this is my first run through this game and I'm learning. I can get caught out in an instant very easily and it can be a fatal thing. I have flatlined once, remember, nearly flatlined twice actually, but we survived the second one. So what I am thinking is increasingly that Fem Corpo V may well start on a higher difficulty level. I'm not totally settled on it yet, but I'm thinking it could well happen. And just to return to the original point I was making about this, that if I did do more Cyberpunk with Fem Corpo V, I'm going to have to read this in a second, so I'll wait till I finish talking to you. I would want to do something else on the channel as well as doing the Cyberpunk playthrough. There would be a difference, I think, in the way that I would approach the structure of the game, because obviously you would know elements of the story second time through. So I'd been looking for fresh things that I didn't know about, hadn't done before, hadn't experienced, options that I'd not taken up in the first playthrough, so that it was interesting for me as well as for, if I was going to do it on the channel, somebody who was watching. That's how I would take it. Let's read gig. The target is Hunter Highland, location Little China, precise coordinates attached. Note, client needs this done quickly. Priority job to do immediately. Very well. So poor Highland was targeted as a priority job. I think I've just discovered a fire extinguisher. I'm guessing that could be the body of our target. He's wearing stylish clothes apparently. I'll take those. I'll take the 4,941 eddies and look at the archive conversation. Archive conversation, Hunter and Max. Hunter. Max, someone's intercepting our emails. Don't ask how I know, I just do. Max. This is bad. Hunter. Yeah, very bad. No more messages or calls. Left the files for you where we had lunch. It's got my body cam footage, but I warn you, it's like watching a nightmare. We drowned those villages in napalm, and we made sure everyone was home first. Max is taken aback. Hunter. Take care, watch out. Don't trust anyone. Time's come to leave NC behind me. Max. Okay, I hope it all works out. Oopsie daisy. It wasn't quite so easy. Oh, we've got a laptop. 6,000 eddies. Can I just say I'm enjoying this music? What is it they're playing on Morrow Rock Radio? Is it going to tell me what it's playing? Or just the station? Okay, someone identify that tune for me please in the comments, but do check that no one else has done it before. Let's use this. Messages 3. Meet. This is from Max to Hunter. This is Max Jones, media. I'm gathering material on the corporate wars in South America. Found your name in some Kendachi docs. See you were there as part of a humanitarian expedition, sure, in 2068. I'm sure you signed an NDA, but maybe we could still talk off the record. I can promise you complete discretion. Max Jones. And Hunter replied to Max. Max, sure, would love to meet. You're right, I did work for Kendachi then and take part in the Columbia mission. And you're also right, it was in no way humanitarian what we did there. Honestly, I've never talked to anyone about that, not my friends or kids, not even my wife. My first instinct was to delete your message, then I realised I couldn't keep silent about this anymore. I don't expect redemption or forgiveness for my crimes, but at least the world will finally know the truth. Meet at my store. Make sure nobody follows you. Oh dear. Rental payment due. Polar Real Estate to debtor number. This notice is to inform you that we have not yet received your rent payment. You may transfer the funds directly to our account or pay in cash in our office. If the rent is not paid by the end of the notice period, your case will be transferred to a collection agency. And then we had I Need Your Help, which is one we have seen before. Oh, Hunter. It didn't end well, did it? It did not end well. I love these little stories though. They're terrific. Look at it. I've stepped in and made things you could argue worse. I would say better. When it's gone dark. This is just what nighttime brings for Merkman. It's going dark. The shroud of invisibility. Where's my car? I want my car back. Get me my Merkmobile. It is at the end of the road. There it is. I've been looking for a pet name for the Merkmobile. I think I'm going to call it Murky. Murky the Merkmobile. Because, you know, some of the things we get up to in it are quite murky. That's not helpful. How am I supposed to turn around now? Now then, I need to pop back to the map again and head north from where we are to this one. I'm going to take this assault in progress first, park up there, and we'll take the last one by walking to it. So here we go. Yeah, I mean, again, going back to what I was just finishing off talking about, the future of playthroughs on the channel when this run of Cyberpunk is finished. I'm not really decided, but I'm having thoughts. I'm giving thought to it about what to do next. I love Cyberpunk, and I am as desperate as anyone now to see what Fem Corpo V gets up to. And if there was an appetite for people to watch it, were I to share it, then I'd certainly do that. I would give it serious consideration. But I want to do other things too, as well, not just that. The issue then becomes, of course, one of time, because I used to do a Thursday and a Monday episode. This week, for instance, is a case in point. 3 days this week, we've been looking after a granddaughter, as I mentioned, which is beautiful to do. It's just such a lovely thing to do, and so important. But it just bring home to you that real life has priority over everything else. It has to have. And that would make me think twice about exactly what the second element was. It might be that there's a game I could play that would not be as demanding and wouldn't require as much preparation. It might be that I've thought about this quite a bit now. I'll turn the Thursdays into a sort of Thursday hangout was an option that occurred to me, where I could just play a game, or maybe even at some point get brave enough to try live stream. I don't know. It's still something I've got to talk about to the relative who's done it, because it scares me to death, just the thought of it. But yeah, there are plans in place. I'm starting to think about the ways forward, is what I'm saying. Okay, now, all that said, here we are at another gig, this time with Maelstrom. Long time no see, Maelstrom fanatics and people. Let's ping you, because I'm pretty sure I saw a third one. I did. Yeah, but you're hidden behind that piece of machinery in such a manner that I cannot get to you. I am thinking I could initiate an overload. Now, I could just distract one of them to that, but that wouldn't do enough, I don't think. Oh, there's another one down there. Can I see you? Maybe I can distract the one that's furthest away. Let's try and see how close that person really is to that gas cylinder. It looks like they're fairly close. Are they close? Or is it an optical illusion? No, they are close. Right, I'm going to overload that one, and then I'm going to initiate the same problem here. Distract that one.
What the fuck was that?
Go on, go and have a look. Yes! Hang on, that might be too soon. I'm just keeping my finger down on the trigger here. I think I've pressed it too soon. I don't think you can unpress it once you've done it. Okay. Boom, it worked. It was okay. Now we're going to need a gun, because this one's really annoyed with me. And he's gone. There are more. There are more. Right down at the bottom. I think that might be a job for
You little chicken shit!
a sniper rifle. Ooh, that did not do as well as I thought it would. And that's only winged him, but the second shot killed. There are more of them than I felt there would be. Nevertheless, this is good cover, this solid concrete wall here, which I can peer around like this. Very solid. Oh, that was a terrible shot. That was awful. That was better. Reload. Someone down there doesn't like me. Again, in the comments, someone pointed out, don't forget you've got the projectile launch system. You swapped it out and put grenades in place, one of which I'm about to use. But you've still got that. It's a useful thing to have. I haven't forgotten. It's okay. It will probably become more apparent to me when I'm doing that Ripperdoc visit next episode that I've still got it, because I'll have to think about what I want to do in terms of whether it can be upgraded or not, for one thing. Alright. Now it's kind of saying that we may have achieved something there. And yeah, I think we have. Good, good. I'm not quite sure when we've finished or not here. Let's put the gun away. And I will scan this area, because it looks to be quite a bigger area than I thought it was, actually. as one of those nodding weapons there. Job. Let's read this. Boys, can't get more simple than this. The warehouse in West Little China is packed with high-end electronics, the kind we need. Make a neighbourly visit and be sure to stroll out with everything that's not bolted down, but don't throw anything. What you do with the guards is your biz, but keep in mind the less witnesses, the better. Gottfried. Okay, we made a raid on the warehouse. This is how things went down. I mean, I've intervened now to just change the course of history somewhat. That gun is just about impossible for me to pick up. It's causing the weapon display thing. Oh, there it goes. I just had to catch it at a moment where it could be picked up. Ammunition. Thoughtful. And a few $euros. Not many, but hey, it's a start. What can I say? Oh, having a cuddle. Ready, steady. I have a vehicle at the back there which seems to have the thing in it that I'm meant to find at this location. So that I shall do. I'll take that. I won't pick up that body because I know where it's been. I will loot this one though. Bluegrass. Interesting. More ammunition on the top there. Did I just see more ammunition? Yes, it's down the side. How am I supposed to get to that? Go over the top. Yes, I feel tired as well. V making old man noises. We're all going to be making old man noises, V. Yep, that's good. Okay, there's an awful lot of ammunition available from these people. They were absolutely carrying. Shh, these people are dead. Show some respect. There is indeed a box there which I've got to loot, and I shall loot, but I shall first just have a quick look around and make sure there's nothing else to be grabbed. Oh, weapon. Every little helps. It's inevitable that you do miss things when you're playing games like this. Yeah, there's an access point there, which I will have a look at in a second, because I haven't done one for a while, and it's not too immersion breaking because we're at the end of the particular part of this activity. You see the point I'm making though? If I'd seen that in the middle of the quest, I would have done the same thing probably and said I'll remember it. But if you saw 5 of them in a row, would you really do all 5 of them if they were in the centre, in the action, when you were doing something like that? It's almost anticlimactic, which is one of the issues that I have with it. It's not really something that I felt when I first started. When I first started and looked at the puzzles, I was a bit bemused by them and thought I couldn't really, they seemed a lot of effort for little reward. And then I got into the groove of them and thought, actually, I can see this. There is some merit to these puzzles. They are useful to a degree. And now I've almost gone full circle again to the point where I'm saying, yeah, I can see them. I understand their purpose and all the rest, and I understand, that that's a great way of grabbing lots of components. But it's not the only way, and it does take you away from the game from time to time. Ooh, a crate of $Euros tucked away in a back room, and a door that doesn't open. But something on the shelf was there. Oh, it's Spunky Monkey. That's alright, I can stay there. I'm not thirsty. I am thirsty, but I'm not thirsty, if you see what I mean. Not for Spunky Monkey. That much is true. I think we may have roundabout looted everything here. I am therefore going to take the components, the $Euros, of which there were many. And we have tech specs. Let's read these. Processor Adonis 300 XT, max number, disks 3, matrix modes, JBOD RAID, link aggregation yes, top swap support yes, weight £12, warranty 24 months. That's not a bad warranty actually. That's about the warranty I can get on a new iPad. My iPad is creaking. It has reached the point in its life where it's no longer receiving updates. It's functional, but as time passes, more and more of the apps that I use could stop working. Also, the battery is starting to go a bit wonky-donkey on it. It works, the battery's fine, but it doesn't hold charge for anywhere near as long as it used to. There were days when I originally had the iPad that I didn't charge it easily, and that was with a fair bit of use. And now I'm finding that, you know, it needs to be done. Having said that, let's play a game. Guess how many years I've had my iPad for? You got an answer? Right, I had it in 2017. It's 9 years old, my iPad, so I really can't complain. They're not the cheapest of things, iPads, but when you aggregate the cost over the number of years that you use them, and I have to say, by the way, I'm talking about an iPad here. My wife doesn't have an iPad. She has a different tablet, an Android tablet. She didn't want an iPad. She's had one in the past, but she didn't want another one. And I'm not affiliated with them in any way, so this isn't a recommendation. It's just simply me recounting my experience with it. But yeah, I do rely on it tremendously, my iPad. So the thought that it might just stop working one day, even though I've got a lot of stuff sent up to iCloud and I'd be able to retrieve it from there, is terrifying. It really is. Right, I think I'm going to go and find that access point. You know, the one that you thought I'd left and wandered away from. You were saying he's not going to do it. He won't go back to the access point. I'm going to go back to the access point. Here it is. Here's our friendly access point. I'm going to connect. I'll take a look at it and I'll be back with you in a moment or two. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. FF in the middle needs an E9, and then the BD at the bottom needs an E9, needs a 55, and then we need I think I've gone to the wrong one. I meant to go to that one. I just meant to go to the other one, so I've gone slightly wrong there. It doesn't really matter. I'll fail the first one. That's okay. Yeah, it was just a simple mistake. I meant to go across one instead of going down. Never mind. The important thing is what is the important thing? We got lots of quick hack components. Alright, so that was the second of those gigs. A lot of net runner points gone in there. Another transfer, 180,000. 1,800,000. What am I saying? 180,000. I'm living in the past. Eddies, which is a lot of eddies. Mercmobile, you can stay where you are because on the map, the other NCPD dig is literally just there. It's no distance at all. I might be facing slightly the wrong way, but it's not far to go. I get to walk the damp streets of Night City. Even at 9:58 PM, there's still a queue of traffic because some numpty has parked their vehicle. It's this one here, look. Why hasn't this car got a sticker on it by now? Why hasn't NCPD been along and towed it? Ah, so inconsiderate. It gets my goat, and other farmyard animals too for that matter, but mostly my goat. There is the chance that we will be doing the last of these activities in night time, I've just realised. Not the NCPD gig, but the thing I said I would give V as a reward for when we finished. NCPD are already on site and responding to this. You see, my most recent encounter when I tried to help NCPD didn't work well, did it? What do we have? What do we have? Do we have a scannable body? Apparently we don't. It's an officer who's gone down in the line of duty. Call. Oh gosh, did you hear that? I've been sighted by somebody. All units, Little China Warehouse number 344. 459 break-in, 1033 alarm enabled, 1066 suspicious persons. That's not me. I'm not suspicious. No. Let me duck behind the wall again. Hey, steady everybody. Gosh, that's taking a long time to die down. Look at it. That red diamond is taking forever to go down.
Watch out!
Okay, steady. Let's get back to something like normal status, shall we? I don't know what I can do. Who is that? It's a wheel balancer. That's a Maelstrom fanatic. If I could just get them to stay still long enough. Yeah, they're clocking me. As the expression is, they're locating me, they're locking onto me. I'm not in a great vantage point here. That's NCPD. I don't want to interfere with you. But I would like to try and... I daren't overload that because I don't know. Is that a Maelstrom person there? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to put an overheat. I'm going to put 2 overheats on that Maelstrom person. And then I'm going to step back behind this wall. That should not affect anybody else. Alright, it's gone quiet. Still says combat. Still got a red circle at the top there. No. Can I catch that one too? It's a fanatic. Do the same again. Give them 2 overheats and step back behind the wall. Yeah, I should think so too.
We'll take the side route.
Alright.
Can't hide. You know that.
They're still calling out to someone. Better not be me. Hey. Whoa, stop! A Maelstrom fanatic. You can have a cyberware malfunction and an overheat. I don't know why I gave him a cyberware malfunction. It was just top of the list. I was actually scrolling down to try to get to overheat, and I gave him a cyberware malfunction. It was cheap. Okay, I'll have that weapon, because you're not using it anymore.
You're here! I know you are!
They're still there? You've got to be joking! Overheat. Ethan Kemp is no more. Speak of him in hushed tones. No. Ethan's not rebooting anymore. Ethan's booted for the last time. Ethan's logged off. Ethan's had his data erased. Alright.
I'll be your friend.
We have still got Maelstrom in here. They've fought the NCPD to a standstill. They actually won the battle. Maelstrom won the battle against NCPD, but they're not going to win the battle against V. How many of them are there? It never occurred to me to ping them particularly because I got this corralled entrance, so I was protected by that wall, and they'd got to come to me if they wanted to cause an issue. I think we've achieved it. I also think I'm not leaving you alive. So take that. And I will take this, including an archive conversation, which we're going to read. Not many eddies, but I prefer actually the shards. I much prefer the data. Archive conversation, Mikey and Lobo. Mikey, yo, got a job in Little China. Got a warehouse to rid. And then we've got ride. And then we've got raid. And then he says, auto-correction. And Lobo says, feel your tune. Cool, be there. I got to iron up? Mikey, nah, I don't think so. Cooler says he's got some sweet doodad supposed to deactivate the alarm for us. And Lobo says, Cooler's a gonk. Tune can't even put on Velcro shoes without his mum helping him. If he's the brains here, I'm out. Sorry, man. Mikey says, cool, Tune. Suit yourself. Later. Yes, I think Lobo may have made a good decision by doing that. You never know, do you? You never know when you're making a good decision, but sometimes you learn afterwards how narrowly you avoided a bad one. Again, lots of ammunition. It's been a good episode for ammunition from people. So far, at least. Long may it continue. And weapons. Maelstrom. Cost me an eddy. Worth every penny. I mean, it cost me an eddy, but you know, that person there gave me 52. So he's paying my ammunition expense, is the way I'm looking at it. Very artistic. The Winter Olympics have started. You should enter. You'd be brilliant. There's probably an event for that. I don't know what it would be called. But, I mean, you know, I'm sure your country would be proud to have you represent them. Distorted Body, it's probably called. Ooh. It's another Wesley. I'm starting to learn to spot Wesley crushers when I see them now. That door will not open. Yes, there's an access point there. I have seen it. Give me a second, because there's other things to do first, and I don't want to miss. Yep, I'm going to secure the evidence. I'm also going to secure the ammunition, the guns. Even though I don't use shotgun ammunition, I keep picking it up. I'm going to look in the crate. I'm sure that will be great. I'm going to... some more over here. Hi. Ooh, very good. Very good the way you flew through the air there. Did I spy another weapon there? I did spot a broken Dab Umbra. Dab Umbras always break, have you noticed? There are so many of them around, broken Dab Umbras. It's a wonder you don't see more of them being sold second hand. Right, I will do the access point first. And this will be the last access point that I'm going to do today. So here we go, connecting. Allow me a moment to consider this matrix and then I will return to you. Right, we're away again. 1C55, and then I decided I was going to do a FF7A. Is it that what I wanted? 1C. Yes, it was. 1C and then a 7A and an FF. That will do the jobby. Good. Good. Well worth it. Kind of. If I keep telling myself it's worth it, then maybe I'll believe it. Positive reinforcement. But I'm not buying it, really. Will these doors open? They will. Let's open them with a gun in our hand. Empty. Might have known. I would have put something in there, especially because it was dark. Oh, we have another readable. There have been loads of readables in this episode. Not many shards as such in terms of books or documents, but certainly a lot of stuff coming out of the woodwork from gigs. Okay, let me read it then. Thank you. Instructions. Read carefully. Our new little toy should delay the alarm by about 30 minutes, enough to get in there, pack it up, and delta the out of before the cops arrive. But do not forget, for everything to go as planned, you have to start it up at the same time as you cut the power in the building. At the same time. Otherwise, you'll be out of luck. I wonder if that's what happened. I think it may well be that they didn't sync the application of the alarm suppressing tech correctly, and consequently NCPD turned up, and then we had this. I mean, the weird thing is they would have got away. They would have defeated the NCPD who did turn up, because it was just one vehicle at this stage. No, it was two vehicles. It was two vehicles worth. Okay, so they did really well then. But then they had superiority of numbers, I think. There were more Maelstrom in there. I mean, they were certainly winning at the point when I arrived, so Merkman stepped in again. Good work. That's the end of the 3 NCPD gigs I wanted to do. There's one more activity in today's episode. I'll be back with you in a second when I've checked on my iPad and worked out how I'm going to get there. Right, the iPad has been checked. I know where we're going for the last activity of today's episode, and it's something very special I've been looking forward to for a long time. We're still at the scene of the fracas from last night, although I have advanced time to 8:19 AM. I didn't really want to do this last activity in the dark. Also, given that we've changed vehicle a few times today, we've changed it again because it seemed more appropriate for me to arrive there in Johnny's nice Porsche. I've just been run over. I don't know. How did that happen exactly? Explain that to me. I mean, look where I'm standing. I don't think I even made it onto the road surface. I was only standing on this curb after I leapt over the barrier and I got walloped. Was it you? Was it you? There was like a truck driver here to... Don't make me do that. I'm being serious. Stop it. Stop it. She's following me down the road. Were you... Honest to goodness. Oh, I see what it is. You're upset because I've got a Porsche 911 from 20, well actually it's earlier than that, it was 19 something, wasn't it? I think somebody pointed out it was 43 years old in the comments by the time the game, Johnny had it in 2023, I think that's what they said. So it's 100 years old nearly. I will get in before I do anything else because it's safer, apparently. Honestly, the standard of driving in Night City leaves a great deal to be desired unless she's escaping from something. I'm not giving chase, I'm not Moatman now. I'm going into the journal because the thing we're going to select is something that I've been hanging on to for a little while, Pyramid Song. It's a distance away. It is from Judy, if you remember, the invitation that we received to... She asked if we were good at diving, if we had any experience in diving, using diving gear, and it seems like we're going to go diving. So it says, meet Judy in the early evening. Everyone knows you can't just count on yourself in this city. You've always got to have a few chooms who owe you a favour, and a few you've got dirt on too. But when you've got the kind of choom who starts asking you for weirder and weirder, that's when problems start. Really? Johnny is suspicious of this invitation from Judy because I am not at all suspicious. But then, you know, Judy, I don't know, I just think, I don't know what I just think. I do know what I think. I think Judy's extremely special. She's a one-off in this game. She's just so competent. And yet there's this tiny bit of insecurity about her, which is incredibly endearing, that she does get very emotional about things that matter to her, that she thinks are either very right or very wrong, things that should be defended, things that should be opposed. And that's a rare quality in someone in Night City. I think she wears her heart on her sleeve. She doesn't hide anything. I'm going to undertake this vehicle because I can in my Porsche. There's a great deal about Judy to like, I guess, is how I'm trying to dig myself out of this hole and summarise. I think I may have just gone the wrong way. It's not going to matter. I think these roads converge at the top. There's a lot about her to like. And as a tune, I don't understand why Johnny is so anti. I know he thought that us getting involved with clouds was potentially a mistake, that it was someone else's problem. But that was the old Johnny. The new Johnny, I think, appreciates that sometimes other people's problems are your problems, and pretending they're not is entirely the wrong thing to do, looking the other way and leaving it to them. And it does work both ways, because there were times when I think Judy was helpful to V. I just don't... Johnny's still an enigma to me. Every time I think I've got him worked out, every time I think he's changing slightly and morphing into something more, I don't know what you'd call it, responsible, reflective, accepting of his own shortcomings, every time I think that, he comes out with something like that in the red text. It will be interesting to see if Johnny makes an appearance. He's made a couple of appearances. We've seen him in this episode. I don't know whether that's it for Johnny or not. I've just realised I'm doing faster than everybody else in this car. But then it is a relatively straight road. And it is a very thin car. Look what you can do with it. You can go in between two other cars. I don't think I'd try that in a Ragnar. Not without losing some paint or bodywork. It sort of feels like you're going faster than you really are. I understand what, people were saying about this. And it does. But then I think it's particular cars that give you that feel too. You expect it to be a fast car, therefore it is a fast car. Or, you're driving something that is a bit old and cronky, so you expect it to drive like an old and cronky car, and it does. It fulfills your expectations, literally. What would be good actually was if they had like just a box with a question mark on it that didn't show you what the car was. In other words, it was just a shape, a random shape of any car particularly, and you got to drive it and decide what you felt of it as a vehicle. What, is it something you liked? Did you find the ride responsive, comfortable, pleasant? Would you do it again? Would you pay a great deal of money to buy it from an auto dealer? Or would you sort of say, you know, that's not for me, that's not my style, I don't like that kind of car, get out of here. Find some gonk who'll pay ridiculous amounts of eddies for you, because I don't want you. Mind my Porsche in your big blue Thornton. I'm in the wrong lane. Just realised I nearly missed my turn because we were chatting. I think the slip roads could be wider in the game too. I'd love to have more ability to overtake on a slip road. Goodness, how quickly that accelerated to 73 miles an hour then. It's a wonder I didn't have a nosebleed. It's a wonder I have any hair left on my head and it's not all blown off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh, I saw that one coming. I don't know where we're going here. Meet Judy in the early evening. I mean, I'm going to have to advance time if, again, because I didn't realise it was an evening meeting she was proposing. I'm staying on this road, aren't I? Yes, it's just going up and around. 87 miles per hour just doesn't feel fast in this car because it's so easy to steer. And it slowed down a bit when it got to the top. Okay, not been this way for a while. There's the transport on the top of the tip. Ha! Vehicles joining from the left. There's always water on the road up here. Uh-oh. What's going on? Is it just gunfire? Practice? What was that? Okay, I've just got to stop and have a quick look at this. Excuse me. I'm just going to stand over by the barrier and check. Assault in progress? Oh, this is Militech. Oh, I don't think I'm needed here. Get back in your vehicle. Withdrawing from the premises was showing admirable restraint on the part of him. No, they're not going to surrender immediately. They'll surrender after a while, but it won't be immediate, I can tell you now. Look, I've kept this girl waiting long enough, alright? I've been waiting to do this for a goodly amount of time. I did consider leaving it until after I'd done Phantom Liberty, actually, but then I changed my mind about it. And do you know why I changed my mind about it? This is going to sound a bit silly. I was missing Judy. I literally was missing her presence in the game. I just wanted to see her smiling face, because the last time I saw her, she was smiling. She was really happy. And I've arrived at Pyramid Song. It did say, oh hello, wait for Judy, it now says. That's good. I mean, I will wait for Judy. Where do I go to wait for Judy? I go up there to wait for Judy. First, I'll just have a very quick look around, if you don't mind, because I'm not familiar with this place. So that was the dam, and this is the reservoir, I guess, of the dam area. It's rather nice. The water looks reasonable. I don't see any blue-green algae in it. It looks deep. Nice reflection of the sun there. Very nicely done. The clouds are gently drifting by. The clouds are pretty good, actually. I like that. Silhouetted against the mountain the way they are there. They're moving just appropriately at the speed that you'd expect them to. Look at that. Isn't that something? And the ripples in the reflection, when you zoom in like that, they go right out into the body of water, as far as you can see, really. It's just so good. It's just so good. And they've papered over a window here with copies of newspapers that we've seen. Jordan Marshall leads MVP race. Sailing, that's upside down. Grand Prix opens new season. We've got the Johnny Silverhand Still Can Rock in the bottom corner there. This is where Judy's been hanging out at some point. I guess it must be. I don't think there's anything untoward to discover around the back of this, but I'll go and have a look. What do we have? An old oil fuel container? Or gas container? Window I've just fallen in the water. Honestly, a window I was about to say that I don't think I can get into, and then we're back round the other side. Okay, so I'll go and sit down and wait for Judy. I presume we're sitting, are we? Yeah, we are. We must be. We're on the veranda. Do I just pick somewhere to be? No. Wall. Wall? Oh, I don't sit. Okay. And later in the day, sometime later. Is he going to tell me what time it is now? Yeah, it is later. Oh. She's humming. Okay, that's quite a mournful tune, wouldn't you say? It's a beautiful tune. Also, she's got a good voice. So I'm going to talk to Judy.
Hey, V.
Hey, Judy.
After all that went down, I thought you and I'd be ancient history.
Don't be a gonk.
So let's just shoot the breeze by asking some procedural questions first before we get down to anything more significant.
So what's the latest from Clouds? Know anything?
Nothing of any interest. Got a new situation, and everybody's trying to adapt. Me too.
Doesn't sound like it's all okay.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it isn't.
Oh, she didn't look happy. She did not look happy there. So what about the situation with the Mox?
Any news from the Moxes? Events, ideas?
No. Don't see all that much of them.
How come?
You know how they are. Piss me off sometimes is all.
Okay, now what's gone on here? The last time I saw you, you were happy. You were excited about doing this. You were sort of teasing about it almost, really. And now...
Come on. Gung-ho. Onward.
You look sad. That's a sad face, and I don't like it. I don't like seeing you like that. Why the long face?
Something got you down all of a sudden?
No.
Judy.
Can we please not talk about Clouds, the Mox, or Arasaka and Militech and how the world's going to shit? Just rather not think about any of that today. Anything dark.
Okay. I mean, I'm not getting this. I'm still confused as to why she's so down.
How you doing there?
I'm wondering what's wrong with you, is what I'm doing. You invited me here, and you were all bubbly about it and giggly and looking forward to it, and look at you now.
So, ready to tell me what we're doing here?
Well, been tinkering with virtues a lot lately and figured out a way to scroll 2 actors' experiences at the same time.
Really?
Thought we could try it out. If you're down, of course.
Are you kidding? I'm going to ask how you do this, because I have the ability to ask this question.
How does one marry 2 separate neural tracks?
Well, at first I tried to create a single profile out of 2 data streams. Didn't turn out so great.
Really?
Must have gotten tangled up. Interference, white noise.
Yeah, effect was kinda like a bad art house. Couple tries in, though. I managed to isolate specific sensations.
So you load them onto separate neural tracks. No emo bogies. Not bad.
Are you going to tell me what it is we actually have to do? She's been doing some experimenting, and she brightens up visibly, doesn't she, when she starts talking
Don't
about...
overthink this shit, huh?
You are kidding, aren't you? Me overthink things? She brightens visibly when she's talking about the tech and her work with it. It still gives her great joy.
What do I gotta do?
You, my friend, are just gonna scroll me a virtue.
That's it?
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This could be my greatest work ever.
Alright, so, I mean, I can understand because there's a body of water, but why are we here?
Sounds like we could do this anywhere. Why do we come all the way out here? What is this place?
Cottage belonged to someone I knew. It sits empty now. I take the liberty to use it from time to time.
And that's where we're gonna scroll?
No, we're gonna scroll underwater.
Nope, no way. Bad idea. Tell her to find some other yes man.
Here he goes again. Here he
What do you
goes.
say? You in?
I mean, Johnny, why, Johnny?
Why would you say that?
I don't know. Don't like the idea, that's all. It's just, when I think about the dark, the deep, palms that I don't fucking have get clammy with sweat I don't secrete.
You're more than welcome to stay on shore.
Yeah, Judy, well, you can't hear him, so ignore him anyway. We're going in.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Awesome. So, let's go. Got the hardware here.
Alright, I'm with you. So, do we need a computer? Maybe we do.
All right, suit up, landlubber.
Suit up. Why did you choose... Oh, there's my suit. I can see it now. Why this place?
Why'd you choose this of all places?
Why? Don't like it?
It's okay, but any special reason you chose this one?
Of course there is. But you'll have to wait to find out what it is.
And there was me saying that you always are open about things and wear your heart on your sleeve.
Do this often?
Dive in? As often as I can.
Okay, I guess I've got to go and put my suit on. Does it look like yours? Maybe it does.
Let's get this scroller on ya.
Oh, look at that comment. You're looking fine in that wetsuit. I mean, objectively she is. But then we know that she's not interested in a relationship with him. Although, you see, this is the issue, I suppose,
You're in for
isn't it?
something Nova, believe me.
I do believe you. He's not looking for a relationship with her, but is he not allowed to say also, therefore, that she looks fine in that wetsuit? I don't know. You see, it's all about how the person receiving it would take it, isn't it? Does he know Judy well enough to make a comment like that and have it taken...
Let's go. Climb into the gear.
As a tune to a tune, and nothing more than that. The water's toxic. You didn't ask if I know how to swim. You're looking fine in that wetsuit. Can I do all of these? Let me try the middle one first.
You haven't even asked me if I know how to swim.
See what happens.
Not worried I'll just sink to the bottom like a bag of rocks?
50-50 chance, I guess. Willing to risk it for the footage.
Okay, I get to do all of them. So I'll try the bottom one next.
Look pretty damn fine in that wetsuit.
Don't go there, dude.
Oh. Okay, well... Yeah. He asked, or he commented rather, and she told him, no, don't even think about it.
Hey, not gonna pike out on me, are ya?
No, but the water, I'm worried about
Water's
it.
toxic. That not a problem?
Whole reason we're suiting up.
I didn't think it looked that bad. But then what do I know? Oh, hang on, I'm changing my mind. Look at all the rubbish around the shoreline. Yeah, all right.
Let's go. Climb into the gear.
Okay, scroll on.
All right, let's do this. Freezing ass water, here I come.
Okay, we're all set.
What do you want
first.
me to do? Dive into the water? Do I just jump in?
Stay close behind me. And don't descend too fast.
Oh, here comes Judy. Oh, I'm underwater. Hey, Judy.
Where are we headed exactly?
About halfway to the deepest point. It'll be pitch black, but the currents are gentle. Ought to be safe. Want the precise coordinates?
Nah, why bother? I'll just stick close to you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okie dokes.
Okie dokes. Seems like to you, yes, I'm going to say that. It's more about than about making a living, isn't it? It's more than that.
Virtues are more to you than just a way to churn out eddies, huh?
Well, duh. Think paintings, songs.
Yes.
They're meant to produce emotion responses.
Generally how any kind of creativity works, sure.
Right, so art's a casing, trigger for emotion. Well, BDs are emotion in near pure form.
Do you know, I stumble over my words around Judy. It's purely because I'm never quite sure what she's going to say next. She's a deep thinker. I'd say she's probably...
Swim over here and look straight at me, will you?
Okay, if I must.
Great. Great. Signal's clear. Just need your help with a few basic checks. Need to calibrate our gear. First up, motion sensors and scrolling. Circle around me. Swim.
Okay. Okay, if I go this way. Is that good?
Great. Motion calibrated. Back my way now, V.
Okay.
Next up, sound check. I'm gonna hum a song. You give me the title. Read me?
Got it. That's the song she was singing when I came upon her. I mean, I hear you just fine, it's true.
But I hear you just fine.
Need a wider range. Levels can't be short of perfect.
Okay. Got it. She's singing so that she gets the wide range of tones. I don't know the tune, but I could repeat it to you, apparently.
No idea what the song is, but I heard it. Goes something like...
She's smiling.
Alright, we're all tuned and synced.
Brilliant.
Alright, that ought to do it.
What now?
Prepare to have your mind blown.
Ooh.
Wait for it.
What am I looking to see down there? Gosh, that's a long way down. Whoa, Judy.
Now grab this and hold on tight.
What do you want me to grab? How does this work? Do I round this side apparently? Grab. Down we go.
Down we go.
I just said that. But where are we going? She's a deep thinker. I think that's the reason I find her so captivating. You never quite know what she's going to say next. Yeah, I think that's what it is, you know. I was just thinking of the comparison with the way Panam talks. Panam is much more direct.
Impressive, huh?
Yeah, I had no idea there were buildings down here.
Had no idea. If you said we'd see a sunken town.
Like it?
Dunno. Sure as hell never seen anything like it, can tell you that.
Used to be called Laguna Bend. Just 15 years ago, people still lived here.
So, yeah, I'm going to say that he remembers the name of the place.
Yeah, I remember. NC Dam Limited made plans to build a dam. People protested, and the rest is history. Houses, playgrounds, all flooded.
It does happen. I can think of entire villages that have been flooded to create reservoirs. I think we've all come across that at some time or another. So, what's your connection to this place, Judy?
Got some connection to this place, right?
You got it. Grew up here. Haven't been back since Laguna Bend was wiped off the map.
Wow. Sorry for the little break. We had an unexpected visitor who I've just said hello to. So, right. Why are you showing me this? Why are you showing me this, Judy? I really do want to know.
Why are you showing me this?
Want to get the right emotional reactions. Got a feeling this will be perfect for my experiment.
But she's never been back here before with anyone, and she's chosen V to do this with. Why do you need emotional reactions?
Ready to wrestle with the demons of my past?
Yes, I am. The way you say that makes me think you've got some.
Why's this stand to be perfect?
Hoping you'll be able to pick up all the unfiltered mess of emotions this place brings out in me. Like it or not, you'll react to those feelings. That's what I want to capture.
Right, now I understand.
Sounds Nova. Let's do this.
Played this moment coming back so many times in my head. Taken me years. Working up the nerve for this.
Why didn't you come earlier?
Good question. Easy answer would be that I didn't have time. Gear, stars weren't ever aligned. Truth is, the very idea just felt weird.
Yeah, I think it probably was that, wasn't it? If she really wanted to make this happen, she'd have made it happen before now. That is also true, I think. She'd have found a way. But she's waited till now to do this. Well, it really is a sunken village, a town. The street lights, the buildings, everything's just still here, as it was. These glow sticks are brilliant, aren't they? The bags of trash.
Flo's Diner, best eatery in town. Only one at that, too. Burgers weren't amazing, too greasy. Big. Of course, I say that now. Back then, they were the best thing I'd ever chewed and swallowed. And next door, that's where we lived. Me and my grandparents. Just let me know when you want to forge ahead.
Yeah, sure. This sign here was kind of illuminating to me a moment ago. That's the diner sign. It's electronic, it's non-operational. Is there some interaction?
Looks like this fell off your one and only eatery.
Now, let's see. Childhood for you tasted like toasted marshmallows. They always caught fire, burned, but that never bothered you.
You can read his mind.
This tech is seriously next level. You hear my thoughts?
Get echoes, and sense intentions too. Not all the time, though.
Okay, I'm finding things. It does say search for clues near the diner and Judy's house, 1 of 4. That must have been the diner sign, or maybe it's this thing that I've just discovered here. Is this the first or the second of them? Okay, camera.
Got something here. Looks like an old photo cam.
DPI 350. Practically an antique.
You like it?
You kidding? It's awesome.
Oh, pick it up then. That's the second one. I have 2 of those. I have 2 clues now, and there's something else over there now. Just got to keep looking around in this little bounded area, I guess. Is that really a framed photo? I can't see anything on it.
That's a weird place for a framed picture.
Water probably carried it out of someone's house. Anything to make out?
Nah, not much.
I can't see a thing. But that's the 3rd of 4 clues. It's the same bounded area, isn't it? Judy's over there. Oh, hello. We have a 4th clue. Is that a hockey stick? I think it is. Hockey stick?
Hockey stick? Is there a skating rink here?
I wish. Played street hockey on rollerblades.
Quit schmoozing, Alvarez. We're losing because of you. Come in. You're dead meat anyway. Go out with me? Sorry, you gotta go. They're calling.
I can give her the camera. I've found all the 4 clues near the house. That's good. Judy, I have something for you. If I could swim up to you so I'm looking you in the
get
face.
it together.
Hey, I'm just trying my best here. I'm not a professional diver. This is for you.
Here, take this camera. Better off in your hands than sitting here collecting algae.
True.
Gosh, thanks.
So, you lived here with your grandparents. What about your parents? I am keen to know. I have a horrible feeling she has a tragic story here.
What about your parents?
Dad was never in the picture. Mom died when I was tiny. Can barely remember her. Still have her picture, but, you know, see a stranger there.
Judy, watch out for her goodies. She can't even afford to have parents.
Oh, kids can be so cruel.
What was that? Those voices.
Voices? Didn't hear anything but you just now.
I mean, we're getting to explore her backstory here, which is terrific. She's turned out okay. I wonder if she enjoyed living with her grandparents, whether it was their influence that made her the way she is, the person she is today.
What was it like, living with your grandparents? How were they?
Granddad had a real knack for things technical.
There you go.
Everything I know. And the stories he told, never got bored listening to him. And Grandma was temperamental. Hot 1 second, cool as steel the next.
Well, holding up a little bit of a mirror here, aren't we, Judy? Just occasionally, yeah. Now I know where your temper comes from. Where are your grandparents now? I want to keep going. I want to keep asking questions, is what I want to do. Ooh, I'm going to ask about the grandparents first, because if it doesn't let me have both of the blues, that's the one I'd rather do if I can only choose one.
Where'd your grandparents go? Night City?
Yeah, for a couple years. Rented the unit that's mine now. But they hated the city. Moved up to Oregon. Still go and visit them sometimes.
He did only let me have one of them. I'm so glad I picked that one. I'm so glad I picked that one. Oregon, hey?
Let's keep going, Judy.
Aye, aye, Captain. Follow me.
I mean, things that we didn't know. I didn't know that Judy had grandparents in Oregon that she went to see.
We looking for anything in particular here?
Nah. Can't hurt to look around, though. Picking up very chill vibes. Feels like we're outside of time, like in a snow globe. After that, we can see what lies up ahead.
Do you know, it is a bit like a snow globe. Okay. It says follow Judy. So I'm following Judy. I don't know if there's anything... Ooh, hang on. Hang on, Judy. Search for clues near the gas station, 0 of 3, optional. It's not optional at all. What are you talking about, optional?
Hard to imagine anything that could be more out of place in an underwater world.
Yeah.
Bottled water?
She managed it.
Touché, Judy. Touché.
I don't think this is one of my objects, is it? Because it's not... This is just like a thing. I mean, I'll collect it. In fact, I thought I saw something over by the house. What was it on the floor over there? Do you know, I don't go back there now, in case I lose contact with Judy. I'm going to stay here because it's telling me to search near the gas station. So... The car is an object? I guess it is. It is an object. It's interactable. In the right place.
Gotta say, I don't really get why they left their wheels behind when they had to evacuate.
Hey, how old do you think I am? These hunks of metal have got half a century on them. When I was about yay high, they were already here. And not in much better shape. It's good cover for playing Max Tack and Psychos, though.
Max Tack and Psychos. What a great game. That's 2 of 3. I don't see a third. Let's do some wild scanning. Hang on. Oh, no, it's a glow stick. No, that's not a glow stick. That's not a glow stick. Wait, Judy. I haven't finished. I found a dolly. Is that Judy's?
What, this isn't yours?
Poor thing. Been here all alone for 20 years.
So it is yours?
No. It was Jenny Chapman's.
You took her doll so that you could look for it together.
You took her doll?
As if. mister.
You hit it. Why?
'Cause I thought only losers played with dolls. What I really wanted was for her to notice me. Ah, the days when dolls were just kids' toys and nothing else.
Yes, the word has an unfortunate connotation for you now, doesn't it? Is that it? Can we keep going now?
I want to see what's further on.
Come on, then. Want to show you something.
Show me something.
Got no idea how weird it feels swimming through here.
Oh, it's...
We used to run as a kid.
Pretty weird.
Where daily life grinded along. Can imagine it a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say. Can you imagine what it would be like if it was you going back to where you grew up and it was flooded and you could swim through it?
Church hasn't aged at all. Always looked old and like it had landed here from outer space. Bells were cracked too. Gave off this eerie, atonal clang. Weird, I had no memory of that seconds ago. Now I can almost hear them.
Yeah, I think I can hear them too. This is spooky.
I don't know how it's possible, but I think I hear those bells too.
Seriously? You can hear my memories? It must be a side effect.
She's still learning about this tech.
Closed. Shame.
Could look for another way inside.
Be my guest.
Alright, so task me.
Did you like going to this church?
Never actually went to church. Never even really paid attention to it. It was just there, you know? Once we knew Laguna Bend was to be flooded, people gathered here to plan a protest.
Did it achieve anything?
Look around.
No, it didn't. But then that's often the case with process, isn't it? When things are planned to happen, there's a process of, you know, consulting with the public and appealing and all that sort of stuff. But it's astonishing how many times the plans still go through, it seems to me. It's something I've noticed more as I've grown older, really. It's almost like there's this thing that has to be gone through, a sequence of events before something that people want to happen, certain people want to happen, happens anyway. And they kind of know it's going to happen, but they have to go through the process, you know? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a cynical view. Maybe Johnny's rubbing off on me after all these years. Who knows? I'm not finding another way into the Kirk. I mean, I can't swim in it. Well, I could swim faster, I've just noticed. I've got fast swim. So I can... L3? That's a bit faster. Oh, yeah, that's a bit faster. I don't want him to exhaust himself or anything like that. Well, we've been around the block. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Something's fallen over here and may have punched a hole in the wall of the Kirk. Let's go see. I'll fast swim round this corner of it. Yes! I think we're in, Judy. Yes.
I found an opening. I think we're safe to go through here.
On my way. Hey, found a way in. Through the roof.
Huh? You did what? You found a way in through the roof? Well, I'm going...
in here once when no one was around.
I'm going in this way.
Stood at the altar and tried to imagine what went through the padre's mind looking at all those people. Back then I wondered how he could read people's thoughts, know everything about them. Then I screamed at the top of my lungs to check the acoustics.
Hey. What's occurring? Oh no, not now. Oh no. I'm going to say I can't hear you too well. But then are you she's not speaking. I'll ask her if she didn't get chased out.
You didn't get chased off?
Ran out myself. Echo I got back scared the bejesus out of me.
Okay, now I can't hear you
That
well.
crush I had on Jenny Chapman. All that guilt I tried yelling out flew right back in my face.
No, no. Not underwater. Not now. No.
V, please.
Oh, CPR.
Oh, thank fuck. You're alive.
I mean, I think I know what happened to V, and V knows what happened to V as well. Oh, his vision's returned, the stars have returned in the sky. But the bigger question is, what happened after he lost consciousness?
What happened?
You passed out.
Yeah, I know that. But how on earth did you get him out of the water?
How'd you manage to lift me out?
Dunno, didn't think about it. Just did what I had to do. Hey, careful, easy now.
So, you're saying you saved my life. Thank you.
Told you diving into this toxic waste was gonna end badly. But you just don't fucking listen.
Toxic waste? Is that your construct?
You heard that? She heard that?
You heard him?
Heard's overstating. It's just surfaced in my head. A thought that wasn't mine or completely yours.
Ignore him. I mean, he was right. Okay, he was right. It was dangerous, but not for the reason that he felt it was dangerous. I think he just thought this was a foolish thing, following Judy again on some sort of thing that she'd got going, some whim of hers. But that wasn't where the danger came from in the end, was it, Johnny?
Please just ignore his babbling. It's a complicated relationship.
Why do I even bother?
Doubt you should go back to the city just now. I'm pretty beat too. Last thing I want to do is drive. Let's stay the night. What do you think?
Exactly where are you proposing that we stay the night?
Stay where, exactly? We gonna camp on the shore?
No, in there. Crash there sometimes after dives. How about it?
Well, I can say that it's a bad idea, probably, but I'm not going to.
Why the hell not?
Who does this thing belong to?
Whose cottage is that, then? You said you knew the owner.
One of our neighbors was hell-bent on staying in Laguna Bend. Badges literally dragged him out of his house before the water came in. So he built himself another house as close as he possibly could, but then he got sick. Water was way more toxic back then.
Oh, okay. Oh, me first. Thanks. You're very kind. Enter the cottage. I did. I have an abandoned lake dwelling. I think I'm going to stay
You must be chilled to the bone.
Judy.
I'll brew a pot.
Okay.
How do you take yours?
I take it with milk. Not with sugar, not with milk and sugar. Not black, with milk. I had to have black coffee for ages when I was working, because at one establishment where I was working...
Sure you're all right?
Yeah, sure. One establishment where I was working, nobody drank coffee with milk in it. They all drank black coffee. And it just seemed silly for me to be the only person who was drinking coffee with milk. So I just learned to drink black coffee, but it was a relief to get back to having it with milk.
A splash of milk will do.
Yeah, exactly. A splash.
Same as me?
Yeah. That makes life easy. Coffee machine still works.
Ah, forgot to start the generator.
A generator out here?
A generator? What's next? Jacuzzi? Finnish sauna?
No, but there is running water.
Okay, I can go turn it on.
I can turn it on.
You're gonna take it easy.
Promise to take it slow.
That was Evelyn. That said Evelyn. Course I will be. Perhaps it could be that I'm actually in need of nourishment. Or maybe not. No, don't eat anything. Don't eat or drink anything. Scan. Scanning is good. We like scanning. Again, news report we've already read. And on the table there is... It's very dark in here. Wish somebody would put the generator on. You all cried. Yes, I'll get round to it in a second. There's a radio over there, which may or may not have worked without batteries. It looks like I've got to go outside. However, I'm not sure I wish to at the moment. I might want to continue looting the abandoned cottage for the medical gauze, because you never know when you might need some. And isn't that the truth? That's another readable we've read. It is. There are so many today that we've read. Here's another room. This is... I can't even tell what sort of room this is. Is it a bathroom? I think it is. There's the hot and cold tap. And there's just some components and a dull scalpel that we can grab hold of. Right, I'm going to go now back out through the door when I can find it and see to the generator.
All those people from the town. It's depressing. Most nomads have a story like that. And all of them begin with the same thing. Displacement.
Yeah.
Speaking of harm's way, know what I see looking at you? Walking, talking corpses.
Where did that memory come from? Let's get this generator put back on. I don't like it being dark in there. This place is creepy enough. How do I do this? I just start it.
Power's up.
You go
Your little spa is open for business.
So be careful. Of course I will be.
Judy?
What happened? What's happened? Where's Judy?
What was that?
No.
Couldn't hear you clearly. Something the matter?
No, nothing.
Open the door. Judy, what's going on? Were you thinking about Evelyn? And is that why I could hear Evelyn?
You thinking about Evelyn?
Clouds has gone to shit. Tiger Claw No Next took revenge for Hiromi and the rest. There was a firefight. Tom's dead. Roxanne barely got out alive. House is closed until further notice. I'd rather not talk or think about it. Didn't want to tell you. Didn't want you to think I blame you in any way.
Why would you even assume I'd think that?
Dunno, I'm sorry. Let's just kill the subject. Think I'll go lie down. I'm beat.
That's so sad. That was in large part something that she worked for and was proud to have helped achieve and attain, and it's gone. It didn't last. Talk to Johnny? Why on earth do I want to talk to Johnny? Go on, tell me off again.
Grr, this chick gets on my nerves. Let's you and me blow. Just don't wake her up.
You're kidding. Why is it you've got such a downer on Judy?
Judy pisses you off. Why? Because she cares about people? And that reminds you you're a narcissistic asshole?
She's all over the place. Refuses to take the door, jumps out a window, then acts all surprised when she gets hurt.
She reminds you of Alt, doesn't she?
Oh, for no. Nobody's even close to Alt and what me and her had.
Oof.
Let's get the fuck away, can we?
Gosh, what a high opinion you have of yourself. You see what I mean about Johnny? You start to warm to him, and then he goes and says something like that, which essentially demeans everybody else's relationships as cannot possibly be of the same significance or importance or quality as the thing he had with Alt. Well, no, we're going to stay here.
You fucking blow if you can. Not about to leave her alone, middle of nowhere.
No, I can't talk to you when you get this sentimental. Waste of words. At least take a nap so we don't have to argue.
Yeah, you should try being sentimental sometimes. Go to bed. It'll be a pleasure if it means leaving you behind, Johnny, tonight. Where actually, talking of where I'm going to bed. Oh, this is the spare room, which I've already been in, but now it's lit up because I've got the generator working, and it doesn't look quite so drab. It's astonishing the number of people who have posters for films and media events on the walls of their rooms. It's almost universal. Not quite, but almost. Lie down. I mean, bed sheets would be reasonable, I would think. Judy would see to that. They won't be too musty and horrible. Oh, he's lying on the top. Very sensible. And so, time passed. Until daylight? Pick up clothes. I shall do, but I don't think they're my clothes. Grab your clothes. I think I grabbed some clothes. His must have been somewhere else. Find Judy. Well, she's somewhere not in here. Doesn't look like it. She's somewhere outdoors. This has been a reasonably cool place to be. That is a bathroom. She's not in the bathroom. This is the outdoors. She's down on the edge of the landing area, I guess you'd call it. I'll just hop down here.
Will you sit with me a while?
Of course I will.
Here's your coffee. Finally.
Morning.
Wow, good view of the tattoos.
Yesterday, I think I'd made up my mind. I actually called you because I wanted to say goodbye. City's chewed me up. And is spitting me out.
Now, I've got options here. I can say, you're crazy, but I'll miss you. I can say, what are you trying to say? I can say, the nomad response, that people shouldn't live so cramped together on top of each other, which is true. But although I've got that as an option, I think I'm going to have a drink of coffee. I think I'm going to go with the top one. What is she actually driving at here?
Fuck Judy. You're saying you want to leave. Now. You know, I had this bizarre convo with the doll. Told me I had to fight, and I thought, fight for what? And now, just when I thought I knew what it was all for, friendship, trust, you're telling me you're leaving.
It's not like we won't keep in touch. Give me your hand, B.
Oh, he was angry with her, and he shouldn't have been. She's smiling.
Why? What for?
Don't say anything. Just give me your hand.
He's just disappointed that she's going, I think, you know? We had this conversation earlier in the episode about the fact he hasn't got many friends. Not proper friends, and Judy's certainly one of them. But she can't stay. Ooh, she has blue eyes. Data transfer.
All set. Congrats. Just gave you unlimited access to my pad.
Whoa, you're asking me to move in?
If it's what you want. Or just drop by when the urge grabs you.
I'm going to say, are you sure? I'm going to say, I don't know what to say. I'm going to say, you sure?
Sure about this? Haven't known each other that long.
I like you. Consider you a friend. The way I see it, there's nothing else to consider. Take care, B.
This really it? Last time we see each other. Didn't seem so set on leaving just a sec ago.
See no reason to delay. I'll stay here a couple days, then head off. It's been nice knowing you, V. See ya. And hit me up on the holo sometimes.
I'm sad, man. I'll
see you, Judy.
$542 experience points. Job complete. Pyramid song. Well, there's Judy Alvarez. Yeah, I'm going to pause here for a second. I'll be back with you in a minute. Well, Johnny called me sentimental, and maybe he's right, perhaps I am, but I noticed when I looked on the map for Judy's apartment location near Charter Street that now it shows up as saying your own personal place in Night City. So I'm guessing what she said has happened. The digital signature, the electronic key, whatever you want to call it, has transferred, and I've now got access to it. It's not mine to keep. Honestly, people who hang around in the hallways where she lives. But it is mine to use, and it will be a mixed blessing. It'll be great to have a base where I can crash in this part of town, but also it would be great to have reminders of Judy, obviously. She said she'd keep in touch, that we'd hollow call. I hope that is the case. I'd love to know what her plans are now and where she intends to go. My key works. I can get in here. Judy's apartment is my apartment. What is this? She's left me a gun. She's left me a tier 5 plus iconic power shotgun, my favourite flavour. 85% extra headshot damage multiplier, 25% armour penetration, and 6 projectiles. Judy's mods give this shotgun extra lightness and precision. When enemies get close, your shock and knockdown chance is increased. Thanks, Judy. New item received. Well, fish, I'm gonna not let you die. I promised that much, at least. Everything else is pretty much as you'd expect. It looks like now I've got a wardrobe here. My wardrobe, I'm hoping. She'll have taken all her clothes. My wardrobe. And yes, I did notice that V wasn't wearing clothes there. It's okay. We've been there before. Yeah, I've done that. I've just opened the wardrobe. Thank you. Stop trying to embarrass me. That is my stash. That's what I was trying to open. Just checking everything works. Yes, it does. I have a bed where presumably that's not my bed. Maybe it is my bed. I'm not sure. Everything in here I've seen and we've read and looked at before. We used to be able to interact, yes we can, with the stuff that's on her bench. Johnny and I went through all that stuff, talked about her knowing her robots and a whole tech museum being interesting. It's ours now. It's ours to inhabit. I mean, I also have mixed feelings, of course, about this room, and we all know why. Yeah, I think I might be sticking to taking showers somewhere else rather than using the bath. Okay, that really is the end of episode 44. I'll be back with you in a second. I really enjoyed leaving that activity till last, but I'm also saddened by it because I didn't expect it to end in that way. In fact, I didn't realise that was the end of Judy's quest. I think, from what she's saying, her intention is to leave immediately, which means the only contact she'll have now with V, I think, will be those holocalls. But I'm really mad keen to find out what her plans are next. The thing is, I'm wondering whether she's going to go away and start again somewhere else, doing the things she's good at, which is the tech to do with Braindance and the rest of it, or whether that visit to her family home, as was, that she's never been back to since it was flooded, was a kind of full stop. And she said that the technique she developed using the tech was the pinnacle. It was probably the greatest thing she would ever do. Maybe that's it. Perhaps she was going to call it quits at that point and say no more of that. You know, it's done what I needed it to. I've laid that memory to rest along with many others, and I can call it quits and walk away from it. Perhaps that's what it is. That's maybe why she's leaving, because not just the mocks and the things that's happened at Clouds, but everything else that's happened too. She perhaps just needs to take the eraser, rub all those things away, and create space for something new. Yeah, if you know what happens to her, please don't tell me in the comments, because if I do find out organically as part of the game, if it reveals during what's coming in the future, then that's brilliant and I'll happily have that. And if it doesn't reveal, then I'd quite like to be left with the lore in my head and my version of events for what I'd like to think she would have done next. Yeah. There's a lot to reflect on there. Of course, there's Delamain as well. I don't think I did actually achieve any more attribute or skill points during the course of that episode. I was panicking a little bit at the start when I'd spent all those points. I think I just need to chill when it comes to attribute and skill points. They will accrue. They naturally arise over time. You've just got to keep plugging away at it and trust the game to give, which it does. So that was episode 44. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be along with episode 45 really soon. See you then. Bye.